From Atlanta, Fulton County.
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Purple color I see. Then you maintain the status.
December 7th, 19...
I'm gonna question a psychopath.
I love you so badly,
I got me.
Crazy and it's so obscene. You gotta know where to hide in the big machine. Say it sounds like TV on the radio, so push that sound. I wanna hear it in stereo. Do what you want, it's the will of the people. Nothing holds you back on that online radio. Ain't no love tonight in this city. And here I thought that we
All right. We're in. Doing it right. We got Julian, whatever the fuck his name is. Julian. It's Julian. It's not Julian because he's not white.
Yeah.
But he sounds like Barack Obama. That's for goddamn sure.
Again, he was the Secretary of HUD under the Obama, or he's the representative. He's the representative. Okay. Exactly.
Yeah, well, welcome to the show. We're starting off hot and political.
Yeah, man, I tell you what,
I'm actually going to go to the Arnold fucking... Stanley Tucci, searching for Italy.
Known homosexual Stanley Tucci.
Known gay.
With 6 children, known homosexual Stanley Tucci.
That's a fun it's a fun game we play here on Keith Paisl's podcast. I, of course, am Keith Paisel. I'm here with Adam Crocius.
Hello, everyone.
We're going to talk about the world and ourselves through what is on television. And I actually have a lot on tap of what actually was on TV this week.
Man. Is that Olivia Williams?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We went through it. We went through the...
Absolutely.
Bounce is my favorite channel because it really looks like they're holding a phone up to something like an actual screen, and that's what they're broadcasting.
Like the resolution. It was sort of like us watching that Red Cub game last week. The resolution was sort
I found a bunch of those. It's all the original broadcast.
I have to admit it, man. And just to let you know, too, and I'm getting out. I'm starting out hot. Okay, I'm coming in hot.
Oh, I recorded your Britney Spears rant. I've been recording since the second you walked in my fucking door.
I'm coming in hot, but I've been watching Monday Night Football games from the 70s. I've watched all this Viking stuff from when I was a little kid, like 8 and 9 years old. I'm serious, dude. It's pretty cool. Like, I'm really into it. I'm really happy about discovering. I watched the Monday night game, the first half of the...
Is it better because you're like through the outcome, like you've dealt with the grief of the outcome?
It isn't so... It's just the TV production, the players, the play calls. It's just pretty different.
Do you see plays where you're like, fucking A, if they would have just fucking gotten a first down right there?
Well, I've always said this. 1977 was my year of sports consciousness and awareness, and that's the truth. And the Vikings are part of that. You know, certainly the Vikings are the main part of that. But 78, it really became codified. Me being a Minnesota Viking fan, and the second week of that season, they played the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football used to be the shit. Obviously,
fucking O.J. Simpson was the sideline guy.
Oh no. This is Howard Cosell, Don Meredith, and Frank Gifford. So I mean, it was the crew, man.
The fuck is Don Meredith?
Oh, Don Meredith, man. Oh, he was turn out the lights, the party's over. He used to be the quarterback for the Cowboys before Staubach in the late '60s. He had like a personality, he's a Southern guy, and he had a fun-loving personality.
That's great.
I think he used to booze up a lot.
They all did. Bobby Hall, even hockey players. Bobby Hall used to fucking to keep warm. That was back when hockey arenas were actually cold.
Yeah. I know exactly.
There was no climate control in the building. There was fog inside the stadiums.
Absolutely. You know, which will be on that motif, Keith. You talked about this, but we got Sabotage on, by the way, in the background.
Arnold movie right after he was governor. He was a DEA agent on a mission at the beginning of the movie. The mission went wrong. He was burned badly, and now it looks like he's some sort of tax adjuster / interrogator.
National Socialist.
Yeah.
He and Ryan Pace are hanging out in the same circles as white supremacists.
Absolutely.
You know? Arnold's reasonable, I think, politically.
I think he was an okay governor. I was talking about that. Well, California's got quite a history of recalling their governors.
Yeah, well,
which we're going to find out.
He signed a deal with Tony Blair, a pollution trading agreement. To try to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases being put into the atmosphere. England and the state of California did that, but not the United States, of course. That would not happen, of course. But anyway, yeah, that's my little political moment. Maybe we can hit that little button there. We get that political moment. Here we go. It's going to be... Keith, Gray Davis was recalled, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, the governor. But obviously, more liberal than Democratic governors of other Western states. He's in Hollywood. He's got to be a little bit more liberal than some folks.
Well, I always thought that people just thought that he was not a total tard. That was his grading of just like, well, he didn't let California burn down to the ground.
Well, he was, he has his MBA from the University of Wisconsin, Superior. By the way, if you went to Superior, there's all those UW schools in Wisconsin, River Falls, Eau Claire, Oshkosh. Superior was like, that was like the bottom of the barrel, man. You go to UW Superior, it was like up in that crappy weather. The
What
worst
about
weather
the
in
University of Wisconsin Green Bay, the one in the Horizon League?
Oh, the Phoenix. That was actually a newer. That wasn't really. That was created like in the 60s, I think, or 70s. Where the other schools were created earlier than that. They were state schools, good, solid state schools. But anyway, we were talking about a lot of things. I went off on a tangent.
In the Cut, it's been made into a show. In the Cut is a movie.
Oh,
or
really?
Was at least.
God, I don't even know. It just seems everything's so watered down. That's why there's got to be an opportunity for my crappy
Is this
script to
the
get sold.
Starsky? Like, this is the
It's
show.
the original.
This isn't the.
Oh,
Vince
you know what I
Vaughn
watched this
movie.
week? I watched Magnum Force, which was the second Dirty Harry movie. I had never seen it beginning to end. It's unbelievable. Like, I wanted to tweet about this, but
Isn't that Clint Eastwood?
yeah, oh yeah.
Classic, like toothpick match and the like.
Oh yeah, and big gun
Cobra
toting,
before Cobra.
Oh yeah,
Eastwood.
absolutely. Very much. He and Charles Bronson were in competition for like the renegade, but Eastwood was winning that. Eastwood tied into the bullet motif of Steve McQueen. He was able to dovetail into that and make it kind of tougher, But it is. I was going to tweet about this. I did not because I didn't want to. Look at that car. It's such a fucking badass car.
Is it a Chevelle, man?
No, I
or
think
a
it's a Charger. I
Pontiac?
think it's a Charger. But it's certainly it is a Dodge product. It's a Chrysler product. So they had big engines.
Because it's American.
And what made me think about that Magnum
Ford's
Force?
being bought out by the rice eaters.
Because no, this is before the Japanese truly
Didn't
took
David
over.
Soul become a pop star?
Well, yeah, and David Soul was in Magnum Force. That's the reason I'm talking about it. David Soul was one. Tim Matheson was one of the. Robert Urich. Robert Urich from Vegas. That's what I remember.
David
Urich.
Soul has the hair of an albino man.
He's a murderer in Magnum Force. You see, they tried to soften up Dirty Harry's image. Like his image. He was so anti-authority. Like the original Dirty Harry. It's like, wow, this cop is really like the system. The liberals, they're letting all the criminals are getting away. The criminals are getting out. We got to take them on through vigilante style justice. Why? Why do you have to do that? That completely created the mentality of just locking everyone up. Such a reaction to the
70s. I feel like the 70s and 80s was the era of the plainclothes cop.
Well, the 70s was the beginning of that.
Like I feel like that was they were like people won't think they're like pigs if they're not wearing the uniform.
Exactly.
Man.
Yeah. They're kind of like regular people,
We won't taunt Charles Manson if they're wearing jeans.
But yeah, so I watched
Got
Magnum
my grandpa's
Force.
Cadillac up there
Yeah.
on the fucking on the old hacker.
Yeah, Magnum Force. How they softened up Harry Callahan's image is they gave him a go-to Asian woman he had sex with in his apartment building. And she comes up, the opening scene when you introduce her character, she's like, yeah, you're the cop who lives above me, right? 6 months I haven't talked with you. Can I ask you a question? And Eastwood's like, yeah, ask me a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like,
as long as you're
what does it
white.
No, not at all. He's like, so what would it take to sleep with the cop? That's the first thing she says to him. She just talks like, we're going to fuck
yeah.
immediately. This is pre-AIDS. It's 1973. The pill is in full swing. And so he has his go-to. It's not a girlfriend. It's just a woman he has sex with in his building. That's all it is. She's got like 3 scenes. She is a character. She gets credit. But it is Suzanne Summers was in it from Three's Company.
And with that, guys, we'll be right back.
No, it is. Suzanne Summers. Yeah, that was Magnum Force. That movie made $40 million, man. Hal Holbrook was the evil cop. That was the real beginning of like the prick police captain or prick lieutenant, like the pissed off, something, I'm really angry, like that.
I've had it up to here with you.
Axel Foley, you're a real jerk. Like the real pissed off, like, that was a motif for like 20 years in movies,
Yeah.
Like the pissed off cop, which is such a cliche. That if you were an alt comic when I first
cops
started,
are very confident. I mean, they've been murdering people of color with impunity for for a millennia.
yeah, it's pretty amazing. Jesus Christ. State sanction. I mean, they have lethal state power. They are allowed to kill. The state allows them to kill.
Yeah.
My writing partner.
And eat donuts, right?
Yeah, there you go. I thought that was gonna be a rim shot. No, but my
the bomb is our rim shot. Or you can give him a quick.
My writing partner is
gay.
No, not at all. But he's a civil rights attorney, and he said that doing police misconduct cases very difficult. He's won a lot of them, but they're not an easy case to take on.
I'm undefeated, but it takes years off your life, kid. Does he call you kid?
No, but I tell you what, when we worked at the Fair Housing Agency, I worked with him for 3 years there. He was there for 8 years. He won 25 straight, not lawsuits, but trial jury trials. So, and I was a witness in several of them. I had to testify several times in court. So I'm just getting my rap down, man.
Your rap?
my pitch down, when when I have to pitch my show. This is what I think of. I'm working it out.
You gotta do it in the elevator ride. When you ride the elevator up to my floor, you should have your pitch done by the time you get to my floor.
God,
that's the rule.
Cliche.
A cliche.
That's
such a cliche.
It is a cliche, you have to have it down in your log line, and if you don't check all these boxes, I have an idea. Here's what you need to do. I'm all cocky.
It should be good. I mean,
you got to create a good story. You got to have some good characters.
But to break those rules, it's got to be real good.
Well, I think it's got to be good. It's got to be good enough. It's got to be good enough. So we'll see. My writing partner's coming into town, next week, and then we're meeting up with this producer woman, which I'm looking forward to that.
You might want to nail her name before you get this meeting down.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to drop her name, man, right now.
Oh yeah, no, I gotcha.
I just don't want to. Whatever. It's just it's cool. It's just another step in a
cool,
process.
Blood. Let's go back to Bounce if we're gonna talk like that.
Absolutely, we should do that for sure.
It's my favorite channel.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Yep.
Yeah. See what we got going on dialogue wise here. Again, if you're not watching the video, what's going on with you? You go to keithpazel.com. It's there, video and audio.
The violence against women in early Clint Eastwood movies is really pronounced, by the way.
Oh, he slaps broads.
Oh, I mean, he didn't do that in this. But there's a woman who gets, first off, there's a lot of close-up shootings with machine guns. A good 15 to 18 people get offed in this movie. It's a pretty high body count for a movie of that era, And there's one where there's a threesome going on with 2 dudes and a woman,
Hell yeah.
There's a threesome, these guys come in, these cops, and they kill them. You don't know it's the cops. They shoot one of them. They're up in a 40th floor of a building in San Francisco. They shoot this woman out of a window because there's so much force of the bullet. She gets shot out of a window. And I
love that.
She literally,
or the shot where you see the bullet fly out of the barrel of the gun.
Yeah.
So they blow her through the window. And
she's
not in pieces at the bottom at all.
No, and she's buck naked. And it was the effect they had
buck
was
naked, buckshot.
It looked like some sort of a Stretch Armstrong doll that was propelling through and smacks her head. I mean, they just you hear her head hit and stuff. It was really violent.
So, Crow,
though.
Before this, violent. I wanted you to come earlier.
Yeah.
Not need, but I watched The Last Boy Scout before this.
Oh yeah, 92.
Yeah,
with Bruce Willis
and Damon Wayans.
That was when Wayans was trying to get a career going.
He's the star football player for the Los Angeles fucking McGillicuddies or whatever the fuck they're.
That opening scene.
Where there's a murder on the football field
is unbelievable. When you think of truly unbelievable, you go 80s ridiculous. That's a ridiculous early night. He has a gun in his jock. He's running down the side during a rain game in LA, those common games, and he pulls a gun out and shoots players and then shoots himself in the end zone because it's some gambling scheme going. I mean, that is unbelievable.
It's also not a fucking reflection on reality because there's a line in it where they go, "This may signal the end of professional football." The league is really on the ropes. And I'm just like, oh, this isn't the NFL.
Yeah. There has been a few times when the league's been a little bit wobbly. The 82 strike, it's a machine. That thing is a machine.
You know how it's a machine? Deshaun Watson is being sued by 6,000 women for fucking sexual assault, and boy, have they kept it under wraps. One radio show talked about it for like 10 minutes in Chicago.
Yeah. Well, the thing that pisses me off with the NFL is that they signed that $100 billion deal with Amazon. Okay. Meanwhile, they lower the salary cap.
Hello, Larry.
They lower the salary cap by $15 million. That union is weak. It is weak. Get more money, man.
By the way, I'm
get
relying...
more money. No, Keith, get more money. Okay. That's what they have to do.
Who, the NFL?
Yeah, no, the players, the NFL, they are exploited. They truly are. No, they're not. They make a lot of money, man. No, they don't. The median salary for an NFL player.
The sad part is they share revenue more than any league in America. Baseball hoards all their cash.
The owners. What the owners? Yeah. The owners, exactly.
Like
the players. The union of baseball is far stronger.
Football wouldn't exist in Green Bay if.
Oh, of course not. It wouldn't exist in Kansas City.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. Of course. But it's that you missed my point. It's just
I gotcha.
It is just
they need to give the players more.
Jesus Christ, man! I mean, the median salary is $800,000 a year. 50% of the league makes below $800,000 a year. Some $500,000 a year. It ain't that much money. It really isn't.
Yeah, it's not. That's why
it's okay.
That's why they gamble on their games.
And they make movies like Last Boy Scout.
Yeah,
because they got to make some cash. I had never seen that movie. I just recently watched the first scene.
Fucking Rod Woodson in the backfield.
And I was just like, what? It was jaw dropping. Like, this actually got greenlit? Like this, they watched this like, hey, well done on that scene. Ooh, that was the opening scene is a football player taking a gun out of his jock, shooting people as he's running down the field, and then killing himself in the end zone. It's like, how do they look at that script and say, good idea? Good idea on that one. That's amazing.
Well, it was pre 9/11, so the gun probably could have gotten into the stadium.
Well, no, that's not even. It's not. It's just the idea of like that would just. It just would not happen.
Spanish monsters ball.
Just because it's not. Just because it hasn't happened and wouldn't happen doesn't make it dramatic if it did. It's no. That's not. I remember. Yeah, this is. You get to see how. Halle Berry's been putting some social media out. Jeez,
and again, if at any point you're like, why aren't they talking us through this audio? Why are you only listening to the audio? Unless you're my friend who rides a forklift and listens to this on Spotify, then okay, you're working hard. But
getting a forklift, good for you.
But other than that, plus he takes prolonged bathroom breaks. Fire up, pause it. If you're about to take a shit right now, pause it. Go to keithpazel.com and watch the video, and then you can see what we're seeing. You can see Halle Berry pre-spousal abuse in Monsters Ball. Dios míos.
Was this like, what year did this come? Like 99?
Late 90s.
What year?
2001.
2001, yeah. Yeah, it's 20 years old, and she won an Oscar. She is so effective. This is hilarious. At home.
Do you think they put care into the voice actress, or do you think they got her and was just like, we fucking nailed it?
I'm sure the woman who got that was like, she got a good paycheck. I bet she got a good paycheck.
Sounds like my grandma.
Yeah, she won an Oscar for crying
no shit.
out loud.
Denzel and her won it that year. It was historic. They were the first blackers, as we called them back then.
And she was crying. She's so affected. She is so affected. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. She's aged quite well.
Blackers, dead and loving it.
But God,
right?
Yeah, that wasn't woke. Just
right?
You talk about me, but doing like Anyway. Man, so we
look
were
at Joe Namath. I love this commercial.
This is important. You're now entitled to eliminate copays.
Man, look how much alcohol he just looks like he drank alcohol, man.
Prescription coverage.
Now, you think he's doing this for fun, or do you think he misplaced his football funds at some point along the way?
He's getting a paycheck for this.
No, I know he's getting a paycheck, but is this funsies pay? Is this funny money, as they call it? Or do you think this is necessary?
I think he needs it.
He was making about $10,000 a year for the New York Jets.
No. He actually signed the law up to that
First
point.
millionaire, man.
Well, it was in 1966.
LA Rams. I sucked so much hairy box out there in Beverly Hills.
No, that was the end of his career. That was in 77. I remember him playing for the Rams. But in 66, he signed his contract, in 65, I think, at the Beverly Hills Hilton. And it was for like $360,000 a year, like a 3 or 4 year contract. And that was an unheard of amount of money at the time. I mean, guys were making like 8 to 10 grand a year, and he was making
an obscene amount of money.
Huge amount of money. But again, he got thrust into because they won this. The modern NFL was born because of him. He had his own television show for a year. Like he'd bring in like celebrities, and Woody Allen went into this show and stuff. They did it on Tuesdays, the day off. He said they'd start drinking at 9 a.m. Like if you ever watch his football life, it's great.
That wasn't the only thing he was thrust into.
Dude, if you ever watch the show, the women in the show, I mean, the way they portray women, they're just dumb blonde is a compliment. I mean, they're just like, oh, Joe, like patting her on the ass and shit. It's amazing. No, they didn't do that, but the women
Crow,
are not.
You just did the white supremacy signal.
I did. No, I was like making a point.
Yeah. No, they've taken that away from you. This has been taken away.
Oh, I know. I feel.
But don't blame the libs. You legitimately should blame white supremacists for that.
It's upset. They affected my life. I can't adjust to things at all. No, I'm not. I'm sick of taking
Crocious,
it.
you can't tell a gal she's A-okay now. Because she'll think you're David Duke.
Yeah,
you got fucking Mike Wiley over here.
I was going to say exactly. Wiley's getting a paycheck.
He was
No, this is young Sam Worthington or whatever his name
I'll
is.
ever be.
The guy who was in Clash
Why
of the
is
Titans.
we're back to bounce. I was going to say, why aren't they speaking Spanish?
Yeah. Hey, boss, I don't know.
They're the best.
My brother can count on one hand the amount of times he's handled sulfuric acid.
No, but Namath.
That's a Mike Wiley joke.
Namath was totally a star. His horrible statistics.
Oh, yeah.
And he threw
20 interceptions a lot.
Oh, all the time. He had 4 interception games constantly. But he was the first guy to throw for 4,000 yards, which was like, that was a threshold being passed. Also, this was before arthroscopic surgery. When you got a knee injury when I was a kid, Keith, like in the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, that was done.
That was it.
That was the end of your career.
You were done. The arthroscopic knee surgery in the mid, like 84, 85, it changed the game. Guys would get knee surgeries and come back like 4 weeks later. It was like, holy shit. His knees were just like zippered up Frankenstein. They literally said before games, he would have such a fluid buildup from practice. They would just put a fucking, like literally a pencil needle.
They were actually
going to shoot stuff out.
They were actually going to call it Mary Shelley's Joe Namath in the mid 90s
because he was. So, I mean, that's part of the reason they went on strike in '82 is like the team doctors were you couldn't get a second opinion if you were a football player. It's like the team doctor was like, yeah, you can still play on that.
That would be a way better movie. You kill Joe Namath and then you let him. You go through the process. You kill Joe Namath.
Yeah.
Then you bury him, unbury him, and make him into a good football player again.
Yeah, there'd be I don't know how they'd pull that off.
And then he's like, just let me play football as an old man. And you're like, but we need to cover this whole hour-and-a-half movie, Joe. So we're going to kill you first.
He had a very good arm. He had a very good. I mean, Vince Lombardi said the mechanics of throwing a football.
He looked like he had no shoulder pads under his jersey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And plus, guys back then, working out, those pictures, again, his football life is great. It's a two-parter. He's had a two-parter football life. That's how big his life was for football.
Didn't Reggie White have a two-parter?
I don't know if Reggie White had one. I don't know if he had one. There's only a couple. I think he might be one of the only ones that had two-parter. I mean, Namath
there's very
was big.
few two-parters. They only reserve two-parters for great players and teams that have lost multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah, namely the Minnesota Vikings.
They have 4.
Yeah,
right?
the Vikings. Yeah, and they also had missing rings. They have one from 1969.
That covers all of them.
And it covers 69 and 98. 69 and 98. They don't have the other ones. Those are the teams that should have won a ring potentially. They were good enough to win the ring. They were good teams, but they just couldn't. Yeah. They didn't break through.
They couldn't break through Larry Zonka's fucking coked up ass in the 70s.
Jim Kick, But yeah, man.
This is why our podcast is popular, because we throw out such relevant sports names.
But these names are like they built what we had. I just like the idea.
See, this is where I feel old though, because when I was younger, you should know who Larry Zonka is, because he was retired for 9 years in the mid 90s.
Well, no. He retired in 80 was his last year, man. 80. I mean, that's how I remember him playing for the
one bar. 1 bar.
No, he
face
didn't
mask.
have. No, that's not Garo Yepremian, the kicker. You know, it wasn't Joe Theismann, but he was a. He won the MVP of Super Bowl VIII. He had the first stint with the Dolphins. Then he went to the World Football League. Then he played for the Giants. These garbage Giant teams. These Giant teams were terrible, but they gave him a lot of money. And then he ended his career. His last year was with the 1980 Dolphins. Like Shula brought him back, and he had his last hurrah for the Shula Dolphins of 1980. You know,
Shula coached until like 1997.
Oh, forever. He coached for Notoria. I knew a guy, John Offerdahl. You don't remember that name. He's a middle linebacker for the Dolphins. He was from Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. Pretty good football player. Got injured a lot. He was in the Pro Bowl several times. He got injured a lot, and he was on the injured table one time, after the game. And Shula just came and was like, "Fucking A, Offerdahl, are you ever healthy?" I mean, just lays into him, and it's just like, yeah. Actually, I just blew up my ankle for this game. You asshole. So
yeah, Dad.
But yeah, he was a dick. So yeah, look at where
Wiley's had enough.
Yeah, Wiley's.
I can't figure out, is he a tax adjuster? Is he a high school football coach?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out
what's
Arnie's
his
role
look
here. Will you get out of here?
You're quitter just like your mother.
I once bench pressed 600 pounds.
I give you a locker to Wilkinson.
Once again, Keith, good job with your I can't do accents or voices.
This bitch looks like Katie Lang.
Yeah, she always plays kind of a hard woman.
Olivia Williams shaved her head for this. She went G.I. Jane.
Yep.
That's when they're getting into it.
When
if they get braces or like an aggressive haircut for their role.
I was just thinking about a woman I hooked up with. I have never mentioned on the show. I've never mentioned on the show Vicky Smith.
Vicky who?
Vicky Smith had a hairstyle.
I thought you said Vicky Stiff.
And she was, she liked me. I blew that one. She was in New York. I was in Chicago. What the fuck was I going to do?
Well, yeah.
And
you're making that work
up.
without technology. Now you could do that. Now you could just stroke off and look at each other.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Oh, can you imagine doing it back then with the dial-up connection?
I didn't even see the internet till 1996. That was my first. No,
shoot off the LimeWire you pictures.
I remember guys had the internet like in 91 when I was in college, and yeah, the pictures. Just seeing a still shot of a picture was like.
And with that reference
shit.
to early 2000s internet, we'll be right back.
Oh, this is a romance here. This is a romantic moment.
So I'm on LiveJournal. No, that was pre-social media. LiveJournal, Crow. Do you remember LiveJournal?
What was LiveJournal?
LiveJournal was a website where you had basically like an online journal that people could. You can either make it private or public, but you just went. It was like a.
Was this a MySpace era time?
It was before MySpace.
Wow.
This was like the first social media back when what was the one for? There was a competitor of MySpace. It was like MySpace, LiveJournal, and Friendster.
Yeah, Friendster. Yep.
Wow. But yeah, my sister had a LiveJournal, and I made fun of her for it.
I remember thinking MySpace was
I didn't have a LiveJournal because I had Freds.
Again, I feel like we're on PM Magazine. Coming back now, we're going to talk about the woman who makes the 5-egg omelet. See, this is a love interest. See, this is a believable love interest for Arnold. Arnold had aged. I remember I saw Conan the Barbarian in the theater with my mom.
Did you choose to see that over something else too?
No, I don't know why I went to that. My mom, but I remember being super embarrassed.
My mom really wanted to see that one.
Being super embarrassed when he's having sex with that witch woman and he throws her into the fire. Being like sex scenes when I was 13 in front of my mom or my dad made me really uncomfortable. They made me really uncomfortable. I wasn't, I wasn't that into them. It would make me uncomfortable.
Did you ever hear your parents banging?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Is your mom loud?
My mom and my stepfather. I walked in on them one time.
No.
When we first moved to our house. This is part of the reason why Eau Claire, Wisconsin was such an awful experience. Moving there, I got food poisoning at an Ohio truck stop, and we drove from Ohio to Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and I had puking my guts out for like 800 miles. That's how long the fucking drive was, that distance. It was awful. We made it there. Then at night, I'm laying in bed and I couldn't fall asleep. I just walked into their bedroom and he was on top of her, fucking her. Because it was her first night in the house. Like, we're going to fuck in the house because this is our new life that we're bringing together. What a bad decision.
I love that was daring for them. We're going to fuck in our bedroom. This is going to be great.
Well, but it's
you should have walked in and it should have been deep on that coffee table.
You know, yeah, and it was just, you know, whatever. They were in the house for the first night, you know, and they're like, knock next time. They were pissed off, and I was just like, listen, I've been puking my guts up off because why?
They finished
why
after?
are we? Yeah, of course they did. Why are we moving here? I'm 13. I can't articulate that, but. Why are we moving here? That's actually what it really should have been. But anyway.
Knock next time. I mean, it's okay. I didn't lose my heart on, but knock next time.
I was just ready to bust one off. Come on. What's going to happen?
Man.
Fuck yeah.
You put on a pair of
To
sunglasses.
my mom.
as you walk out.
That's my stepfather. It's my mom. I was a weird.
You high five your mom's bare foot that's over his shoulder. Hell yeah, ma.
Yeah, just up there, ankle to ear. You know, exactly. Walking in and your parents getting laid. It's always a horrifying moment. It's not fun.
Ankle to ear.
that was Jenna Cook for me, just to let you know. So anyway, just mentioning bad fucking.
Did you ever have to tell your like college roommates to leave the room so you could have
when I was
the sex
so you
could have the fuck?
They almost walked in on us a couple times. My very first girlfriend, like fucking on the floor a few times, like right in the living room, you know, because you couldn't even make it to a bed. God, those were the days when you were young
and you knew,
and the hormones were still coursing. I used to get morning wood every single morning. Every morning.
We got some fucking...
Not anymore.
We got a West in here.
Not anymore. Oh,
we're going to see him mistreat the fucking Native Americans.
No, this is Lee Van Cleef. This is part of the Sergio Leone spaghetti western.
It's a trilogy.
Yep, absolutely.
A fistful of dollars, a few more dollars, and Clint Eastwood is a racist.
Tarantino is very influenced by these movies.
Well, you know, they treated Native Americans like shit. It's just, you know, you. They showed feet.
Cleve's got a shiner. He was an escape from New York. It's part of the reason why I like him as an actor. He played a good bad guy.
The tension.
Look at his face. He had that totally untrustworthy face. Eli Wallach.
My favorite part about those scenes, the long tension scenes, is the idea that they would never speak during it.
Oh yeah, it was just. I know it was literally just
like
a look.
Really,
I mean,
you're not gonna
say a word.
Not a how you doing. It's hot.
Well, that's what I like about it. It's just because it's so single-minded. It's so focused merely on fucking you up that they don't even want to waste words, you know? That was back in the day. Men didn't, you know, it's all talking and a lot of drama now. Back then, they just took care of business. You know, it was the 19th century.
Maybe when the lights go out.
Eli Wallach, who literally just died within the last 10 years. He's like in his 90s, deep in his 90s, like 96, 97.
In the Western times, everything was done at the barrel of a gun.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's just...
Everything was done. Chores.
Oh, can you imagine
procreating?
Trying to live here like in the 1880s? You know, in the 1880s, I tried to eke out an existence.
It's kind of where I want to go back to, though, because you live an exciting 38 years on the earth.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's
not a dull time.
Yep. Absolutely. That's part of the romanticized vision of it. You know, the Western being like, this is what it was like when it was getting settled, you know? That kind of romanticized view of just going in with the gun and taking care of business.
These two out here still not saying a word.
It was also anything went. It was lawless.
That guy looks like Henry Cain from fucking Poltergeist.
Like, you know, literally, being a prostitute was a trade. Like there were just whorehouses everywhere.
Yeah,
like, that's just what you had.
And I went to every single god.
Well, it's like
finally,
I'm convinced there wouldn't be an incel thing. Men wouldn't be shooting up malls if they just made it legal.
You could just put one in a whore,
you know, and
I
just
get
like
it. I get it. You should be able to murder prostitutes. I'm with you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Call that Grand Theft Auto 3 style,
man.
And then after you kill a human being in real life, the money you just paid him appears above him and you could recollect it.
Wow, for my video game presence, I'll kill an actual human being to improve my video game. Oh my God.
You know in Grand Theft Auto, when you bang the prostitutes, the car shakes?
Yeah.
And then it goes slower and slower and then she gets out and then you run her over.
Oh, man.
And in the video game glitch, she whatever angle your car is, because like you pick up the whore.
Yeah.
And then it goes into like a cinematic scene. So wherever your car is, it just like stops. And then whatever angle you stop in, she gets out of your car and just walks straight.
And so enticing you to run her over.
Well, like, sometimes it makes it hard because
Yeah.
sometimes but it's funny because she could be walking right into a wall. Like they just programmed it to she gets out of your car, turns around, and walks straight.
Okay.
In the later versions, they corrected it to where she would like find a sidewalk or something like that.
Exactly.
But in 3, she would just get out and walk straight.
I remember when I played the first time I played the Grand Theft Auto, it was like pretty mind blowing. It's pretty mind
2
blowing
with the bird's eye view.
Well, yeah. Well, the first one was it just Grand Theft Auto? Was it before San Andreas? You know?
Oh, okay. No, that was 3.
3?
So the first 2 Grand Theft Autos are for PlayStation 1.
Oh, okay.
And they're rudimentary, like Pac-Man graphics. Like it's a city from a bird's eye view, and the car is like a little micro machine that you drive around. And really the whole point of the game was you were driving a stolen car.
Well, I remember seeing the
and
first point of view
avoiding
one.
the cops. That's Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the first one I remember playing.
So Grand Theft Auto 2 came out like in the mid 90s.
Really?
And then Grand Theft Auto, I've never played 1 or 2. Grand Theft Auto 3 is the first one I've ever encountered.
Yeah, and that's when it started to get good, right?
Yeah. But it was still called Grand, and it was the first one where like the guy had a story and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's when actors were like, "Oh, I can make money doing the video game thing. Holy shit!"
Oh, dude, yeah. Ray Liotta did the voice of the main guy in Vice City.
Yep, Liotta. I wonder we got paid for that.
$100,000, probably more than most people because he's Ray Liotta.
Yeah, he probably negotiated a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I fucking negotiate.
God, this is
Karen.
If you look at were the scripts like 12 pages long?
Oh yeah, can you imagine?
It was all just action, like sequences.
Yeah,
it was like stage direction.
The scarecrow looking motherfucker stares. Look at him, just fucking murking off.
Yeah, they didn't fuck around.
No, dude, just Mexicans and Indians had no shot.
I will say the one thing I liked about Once Upon a Time in America was the idea of an actor being able to go over to like Europe and like, I'm going to live there for 6 months and do 3 movies.
Yeah.
And like we'll crank them out and I'll live a pretty good life in Rome or in London. That wouldn't have been
See
a
that
bad
small
life.
remote next to the cup of water there? Can you throw that to me?
Sure, man.
Because Crow, speaking of America.
Oh, sorry, bud. I try to give you a catchable pass, man.
We'll be right back.
Thank you, Elisa.
And we go.
Look at this, old Butterfingers over here. Jesus, no wonder you're the bear. You would not. You're like Brian Bashnagel, old Chicago Bear wide receiver. You never hear about wide receivers from the Bears in the late 70s.
If you're going to compare me to a bad receiver, can I be Tom Waddle?
Waddle actually caught the ball. Waddle actually had good hands. But they had Brian Bashnagel was terrible.
So, Crow, speaking of America, I have queued up before break here. I figure we go through. I have about the 4 or 5 biggest shows that were on TV this week. I figure we go through a few minutes of them.
So this week in history. Yeah,
the beginning of it, because we actually do have TV, quite a bit of this week in TV history.
Awesome.
Plus, we got the QAnon video. It's a packed show.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm sure we're going to wander along the way. Yep. We might do 12 hours.
Well, I don't know.
I'm
about
just
that. Kidding. I can't sit for that long.
But let's get going here. I got a whole playlist. The first episode I have queued up here is Call Me Kat. This is a show that stars Blossom.
Wow. The woman who played Blossom. Yeah, she made the smart move. She didn't go Jennifer Grey and get a nose job. That's the first thing I noticed was, Barbara Streisand.
No, yeah, she didn't. Jennifer Grey had a very short career after that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And she was a star. I mean, she was in big movies.
She's also not a nerd in this one, because in The Big Bang Theory, she was a nerd. And in this, she's like a regular gal who's like a cat. She's a cat broad. Like her mom's disappointed because she's like, so Jewish and doesn't have a Jewish husband.
Broke the soda gun.
Well, I am undeterred.
Figure we watch about 5 minutes each show.
I'd love to see you at my cataversary.
Just to see. These are the things America's get. This is 13 episodes into season 1.
Carter's gonna be there. My mom's coming.
They still make the sitcom. They still make the sitcom like this.
Hey,
Here we go.
I'd love to see you at my cataversary party.
Ooh, he fucking... There must be some history of that throwaway, that paper throwaway.
She's auditioning for the musical Cats at the community theater, so she's been spending a lot of time at the cafe to research cat behavior. Here's your coffee, Mother.
This is unbelievable. This is what happens when you're worried about fucking with like people. Like when when you're not taking risks at all.
Oh yeah.
This is no risk television.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Come to my cat-aversary party.
This is attempting to find a middle in what's going on in our country.
Thanks. I've been doing squats.
Hello, Saudi American boyfriend.
That dude.
Never falls asleep in someone's
And then
lap.
that woman, God, she's been in a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, she was in Two and a Half Men. I think she's the mom in Two and a Half Men.
His confidence back up. Mr. Mousker.
Wow, they have a laugh track too, man. Holy shit.
What's wrong?
Mommy?
Yeah.
I don't think Mr. Mouskers is sleeping.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the oven just
Who is
cracked
this
out.
old queen?
I mean, honestly,
Jesus
you
Christ.
think
Well, I hate to say it, but Judy Garland and I spent so much time together in the 40s. You know, I was a teenager. I mean, Jesus, this old queen comes on. He's terrible. Sorry, dude.
I think we've come in on a historical moment. Her cat died.
Life. Every time he would lay on your laptop, you would just stop working so he could sleep there.
And then you bought him his own computer so he could lay right by you.
Which I'd like to call dibs on.
That guy might be a leprechaun.
I mean,
might be
dude,
dealing with a leprechaun.
He's an old gay guy. He did community theater for 50 years.
My dad died.
So, I mean, you know, they're checking a box with certain
See all
casting
this
folks.
diversity. It's hit the leprechaun community.
Just
She's
remind
cute. That
yourself
African American
it's a
woman's
cat,
cute.
not a person.
Is she black? I don't know.
So let's go. What do we say? We go forward
She's
a few
pretty.
minutes here.
Oh, so we get the gist of
Let's go mid. So her cat died, you know?
And then I went off on my on my cancelable homophobic.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Look at him though. Oh my God, I'm a baker. I just love baking. You know, I mean, he's playing it up. There's not a lot of subtlety.
I put ecstasy in the muffins. What do we got?
He's like a southern. Yeah.
We got Will Wheaton here jamming on the banjo.
Is that Will Wheaton?
I don't know.
It's gotta be. I hope it is.
Is your banjo?
Fuck. I was so hoping it
Run your
was.
fingers up and down it all you want. Excuse me? Oh, nothing.
Oh, that's a double entendre gay joke. What a horrible joke. That was them being edgy.
Honestly,
I'm
I've never
making
been
a
much
gay.
of a
Even the
flower
gay
that-
jokes are bad. Usually
Another thing to
gay
watch
jokes are
die.
kind of funny.
Damn, you're kind of bitchy when your cat dies.
I love her. She was like a kid when I was younger. She was like a child in Nickelodeon shows.
She's a pretty woman.
Interesting
Walking down the street, pretty woman.
in my life to the way Max has handled it.
Oh, no. You cannot compare Oscar and Max like that. Max is not your boyfriend, and by his own admission, never will be.
So she's
that's
just
the
like
guy
an
she's
old.
stalking. She's an old fucking cat hag. She's not smooth. I think they're taking a little bit of like, she's not so much a nerd, but like she's focused so much on her life. She's got her pets at home. She's never had a boyfriend. Clearly rich. Her mom is clearly, I think it's the story of like young Jewish girl has everything, should have a family at this point, but she's got her cats who has just died, so now she has no fucking excuse.
Yeah, that is too
right?
obscure.
You got no excuse now.
It's a little too much of a niche market,
There's a lot of cat people out there, Crow. Now she's got her cativersary party, which is now a catarol.
God, this reminds me of what I wrote when I wrote my beta mail
You're
script.
the worst.
It's probably this bad. Obviously. I mean, look at the jacket he's wearing. We get it. You're an
Done
old
being
queen.
Sad, Phil. I mean,
Joseph and the amazing Technicolor.
A lot more iguanas than I thought there'd be.
He looks like he's about to call a boxing match between RuPaul and fucking
and Fred Snyder
and
from the
whoever
B-52s.
and whoever else.
Yeah.
But Ru would want it to be fabulous.
I'm gonna squeeze my hand before I recite my poem.
That's right. I call him Ru.
You know something though?
But I'm not
Honestly,
above using it.
I'm going to take back. Good for him for getting this guy's in his 70s.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still got. I mean, he's getting a good.
Do you know
paycheck
who that
there.
is?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's. Oh my
Look
God.
just like Mr. Mouskers.
Oh, Cats is so.
Mr. Mouskers.
I watched the.
We could be going on a rant equaling your Britney rant, which I got on tape.
Yeah.
And we're going to start the episode with it.
You're next.
Well, it's annoying.
Lost my mind as well.
Cats or Britney Spears?
The use of Britney Spears as this cause to get behind.
Have you ever seen Chris Crocker? Crow, have you seen Leave Britney Alone?
Yeah, he's annoying.
He's a normal guy now?
He's become
completely normal. Let me show you a picture. Do you want to see a picture of Chris Crocker?
I actually do, because he was like, would you leave her alone? So he's like weeping over it. Like, God, why are you getting so worked up over a famous person? It's like, I don't get it.
I mean it.
Oh yeah. He's just look at him. He's got like a hairstyle. He looks, he's a handsome young man.
He's gayer than AIDS still, but like he's fucking, look at the transformation.
Whoa. Whoa, on the left. Well, that's part of the reason why. Well, he's like from the South, right? Tell you what, man.
I mean, that looks like a guy who's been through basic training right there.
Southern gay men do gay well. They do, man. Southern gay men do gay well. Black men do gay well. But the British do gay the best. British men do gay the best. They're all like Oscar Wilde.
So I'm crest into the
I
end.
was all in, and she was right. I always felt like something was missing, and what was missing was a real friendship with her, like the one we have.
Oh, she just got zoned, baby.
I wanted to kiss you the other night. It's because I did.
So he's giving her the friend speech.
Yes.
See, I'm used to getting the friend speech. I always get the friend speech.
That's the girl who probably gets all the dudes over fucking Ramona Quimby over there.
If this movie was like Shallow Hal, where you'd see the inner person, her character would be my inner self. That's actually what she is.
That's great.
like that's actually how I'm perceived by women. That's the truth. That's what they see. So.
Well, that's what you see that they see. You're you gotta be more confident, man.
Yes, that is true.
My friend told me my buddy Jeff Eggleston, he told me he might have woken a beast because he was just like, have you ever had that moment? And maybe you haven't, but have you ever had that where someone was like, we were just talking and we were making each other laugh, and he was just like, why aren't you this loose on stage? Like he just goes, don't be offended if I say this. He was like, but why aren't you? He was like, he goes, you need to give your views on society more on stage.
Yeah.
Because I was calling people animals and morons. That's all I do when I'm off camera, guys. I call you idiots and morons.
No, I'm being a bit too self-deprecating when I say that. I'm not perceived that way, but somewhat. Somewhat, on that level, getting the friend speech. I am the master of being the suitor. I cannot tell you how many times I've been on deck and not in the batter's box.
Ooh.
I can't tell you how many times women have gone out with me to leverage the man they're more interested in, or a boyfriend they're having troubles with. That's happened several times, and I really don't appreciate it, actually.
Several. It's had several.
I don't like it. I don't appreciate it, I remember I had a, I went out with this woman, went on a date with her. I'd known her for a long time. She'd always been attracted to me, had a good time, went out to a bar, had a couple drinks, had a very good, unforced good night kiss. Very enjoyable. She's like, you're such a gentleman. She was like, and she was a big smile. And
just getting that out of the way.
She was very
unforced, totally agreed upon.
No, you know what I mean? No, where it's not that awkward moment, that bad first date moment,
I got you.
So yeah, exactly. So
I'm winking at him again. If you want to see the wink, KeithPazel.com video version. Subscribe on YouTube.
Hey, this goes well, and then wait a couple days, text her. I'm like, hey, so when do you want to get together next? It'd be good to see you again. Yeah, my boyfriend wouldn't like that. Well, then why would you accept this date that we had 3 days earlier? That's incredibly uncool. That's just a very uncool thing to do. And it's very much, you were going to be the suitor. She was getting older, and I could tell she was starting to feel concerned because she was 32 years old. You're getting so old. Are men attracted to me still? So it was one of those things.
Dude, those age milestones is what got me depressed on fucking comedy, because
who cares?
Of like, I don't have this. Like when I was younger, 32 seemed like, oh, that's fine. But then when you're actually like 34, 35, you're like, oh, I've passed my moments.
That's I used to think that way, but it's like, I don't know. It's just not. It doesn't help with anything. It's also kind of, what is your attitude towards performance? What do you like about it? Go back to brass tacks.
Oh, dude,
you know what I mean?
One of my favorite sets was recently at an open mic and for 4 people.
Outstanding, man.
And it was after Eggleston told me to be more confident on stage. I was like, oh, I get in my head. And he was like, oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Like, you ever have those moments where you're so loose right up until the second you go on stage, and then you're just like, you lose focus of like the order, like you remember what you were going to say, but all of the authenticity of it. You know how before, when
the freshness.
When you go through your set, you kind of have not to say you plan crowd work, but you start like running through scenarios in your head of like, if this happens, I could do this, and if this happens, I could do this, and like, I just thought of this little line to go with this, like, oh shit. And then for some reason, sometimes when they call my name, all that little detail that you formulate before you go on completely goes out the window, and then you're left with just the structure of a set.
Yeah.
When you're like, well, now I'm just regurgitating jokes.
Well, I've always said, I know for myself, and I hear what you're saying, absolutely. I felt for myself the most rewarding sets were like half scripted, half off the cuff, and I had to just give myself the that only happened just by doing it a shitload, and I certainly haven't mastered.
And
that,
you also kind of have to have the confidence to kind of almost forget what you're going to do before you go on stage, to have enough confidence of like, I know my act.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not even going to write a set list.
Yeah.
I know my act.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just going to worry about not being a bumbling fool on stage.
Exactly. And then you're more relaxed with it and you can breathe. Again, one of the big things for me that was a big kind of breakthrough was
we got Debris on here, by the way. This is
realizing that they can't read your thoughts. They can't read your mind. They don't know if you're panicking or if you're the most relaxed human being ever. How do you present yourself, on stage? And so they can't read your thoughts. If you have a joke that doesn't go well or doesn't reach your expectations, that whole thing of like fucking with my expectations, like a joke should get this laugh. I'm much better at that in terms of measuring that and dealing and just not being affected if it just doesn't get the laugh or it gets a bigger laugh than I expected. Sometimes you think, oh, it's not going to get a laugh, and then it gets a bigger laugh. Oh, you got to kind of let it breathe, and kind of relax at that. But yeah, being loose on stage, that is a good tip. That's a good tip.
We got Debris here. This is about aliens that have come after an asteroid.
Because that was a footprint, right?
That's absolutely that's a footprint. We're looking at a T-Rex, possibly a gorilla dinosaur hybrid, which would be fun.
Oh, are these those kind of goof movies like Sharknado?
No, this is NBC, brother. This is fucking Universal, son.
My corn just has got these weird growths growing on it that I ain't never seen before. Don't understand it, but what the Sam hell?
That is fake rain, buddy.
Absolutely.
They're in Bakersfield right now.
Right, yeah, they're actually in the valley somewhere.
That actually gives you the opening to like not have to worry about having complete effects. Like, oh, we got to block the shot, so it's not. No, it'll be part of the alien attack. They'll have half rain and half not rain.
Yeah,
that was probably just a fucking set malfunction that they had to make do with. Your $1 million production, you couldn't even have a rain on the full camera. Look what we discovered.
Yeah, they got to figure out how to economize. What are we going to spend the money on?
Yeah, the show has to be about aliens now because all our fucking props malfunction.
Is it? Oh, this is
the opening scene. This will tell you what everything is.
Oh, this looks bad. This
got Ryan Steele, RIANN Steele. What is that guy? A male porn star?
By the way, me doing Lyft here. No one has a normal name here.
MI6 and CIA are involved.
No one has a normal name here.
No,
noticed that they have names like that.
A lot of Skies and Trevors and Caleb's and Cadens.
But even like initials that are Hush.
Sky, the lady.
Think of a guy named Hush.
I was telling you, I saw the lady's face at the dispensary for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Her name is Sky.
Oof, yeah.
And I think that's not a nickname.
Yeah. No, I knew a woman named Tuesday.
What is this? Not Luke Perry?
Looking for these pair like this.
We're gonna go cruise for puss, and then we'll figure out these aliens.
Oh my God,
King!
This guy's
King didn't need Ray-Bans.
So he's wearing Elvis Presley. What is this? The early '90s?
Yeah. What is this? Fucking Bubba Hotep?
That was a good deep cut,
right?
Man.
Are we Hotepping? Are we Hotepping? Doesn't that have to do with black culture? Hotep?
I have no idea. I think it might be indigenous or Native American, actually. But yeah, this is, hey, we're the partner, she busts his balls, but she kind of likes him a little bit,
Yeah.
Oh, is this like an Agent Scully thing,
Look
too?
at that, like, fucking pop art cut they do. That's like how they go from fucking, they're in Maxwell,
They transition?
Nebraska.
When they transition? Oh, this production?
You'd be lucky if they give your show this production.
Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right.
If they flash between every scene, they play a little Sly and the Family Stone cut.
Well, what it would be...
Que sera, sera.
It's going to be a picture of the Freedom Movement from 1966 of King. It's going to be grounded in King's legacy.
Yeah.
God, it's hilarious.
You should play the Beastie Boys, though, too. You should get the rights to some Beastie Boys songs.
Yeah, the 90s.
Hey, ladies!
They were... so influential.
That's what you play with the sassy black girls in the office. Hey, ladies, by fucking... Ooh, look, we got
Hey, ladies!
We have some strange activity. What? 1/3 of a storm cloud.
It's raining in Bakersfield. We have a strange activity. It hasn't rained in a year and a half.
Farmer, 2 others who came from inside the rain zone. Apparently they went to try
the rain zone.
So whatever's happening.
I love this caliber of actor. Hey, they're working. I give them credit, man. They're getting a paycheck. I bet you it's an NBC show. They're getting about 20 grand a show.
Oh, absolutely.
30, maybe 30.
This is the some of these actors. This is like, and now you know what I'm happy about though. This is a COVID show, not about COVID. This is actually probably before COVID. They probably filmed this before COVID.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, I'm watching Grey's Anatomy right now, the 17th season during COVID.
Is
By
amazing.
the way, guys, I'm looking into the camera. I watched 17 years of television over this fucking quarantine.
That's amazing. He and his girlfriend have watched, Elisa, they have watched the first Grey's Anatomy episode and have now caught up where they're watching actual episodes now.
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy shot 4 blocks from my house, or my apartment, on Talmadge and Prospect Studios, where they filmed General Hospital and Grey's Anatomy. I know because
Also, by the way, Crow, COVID episodes of Grey's Anatomy filled with unadulterated information. They'll just have moments where it'll be someone in bed and a doctor will throw her cap down and go, I'm just so tired of this disease that affects people of color at a higher rate than not people of color.
like that's their attempt to be like political and like kind of quasi woke,
but also informational.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna parse out some information.
We're informing you, moronic anti-maskers, because you also watch our show.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want to lose you as a viewer, but we are berating you with information because there's no way you know it.
Yeah.
There's no way you know the information about COVID. You need Ellen Pompeo
to spoon feed it to you.
Yeah.
They may know the information.
They're throwing Asian hate in there too, because so there's Asian people that come in and like patients won't let Asian doctors touch them and shit.
Jesus Christ!
But then there's this.
Probably exists.
But then there's this one dude who like. One patient goes, "Where are you from?" And he just like downplayed it. And another Asian doctor goes, "Doesn't that bother you?" And he's just like, "Whatever, man. He's paying me." Like he just totally fucking stonewalled him.
Ooh, they're making a statement there. Well, there's a divide with the Asian community.
He's probably a do-nothing Gen Xer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I went off. Like that one last week?
Yeah.
I went off. Because it's right.
But so check this out. So there's a scene where this Asian patient has a reaction to one of their
This is
procedures.
Grey's Anatomy. Yeah.
And it ends up being because Asians have this little thing inside of them that makes them more susceptible to this.
Yeah.
And Dr. Hunt, the white doctor, didn't know that.
Whoa.
But they have this debate about the doctor being like, the one underling tries to tell him like, if you would have just done like if these white doctors don't know about Asians because they don't want to. If he would have just known, this wouldn't have been a problem. And then the fucking Stonewall Asian guy sticks up for her and goes to the doctor and was just like, you didn't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to learn about our eyes.
That whole you know something? I am a good driver.
Yeah.
You know, like his soapbox moment.
But then there's a moment where the doctor goes into a tent because they're all up. They have like a COVID break room tent outside. And he sits there and he does the whole like, all because I didn't know that so many percentage of this. And he just goes, I never want this to happen again.
Oh man, he's putting his foot down.
Well, because he wants to be better.
Yeah, exactly. He wants to improve. Yes, he wants to. The medical drama. Hasn't this all been played out with Saint Elsewhere and Marcus Welby, which I think was actually released this week? Marcus Welby.
That's going to be there in TV history.
I mean, it's like how many of these medical dramas
Marcus Welby was
can
a
they
TV
give
movie.
to us? Yeah, and then turned into a series.
I think there were a few of those shows, Welby, Columbo, where they were shows, but they were like movies.
Oh yeah,
like they would release movies every month or something like that, or
3
quarterly.
times or 4 times a year. Exactly. I remember that. Yeah, I didn't quite get that with Columbo. I didn't have the attention span, much like your
because they
generation.
were like 2 hours a pop.
Yeah, because I was 12 years old. How a 12-year-old would think. Now
was
a 30-year-old.
fucking boring. Also, Perry Mason and whoever the fuck Andy Griffith was.
Oh, Matlock.
Yeah.
There was also McLeod. McLeod and Columbo I used to confuse when I was a kid.
Oh, we got an asteroid coming out of the cornfield here.
Oh my lord!
This happens in Bakersfield, not during apocalyptic times. You have just people on meth and fucking in astronaut suits.
People in California like that meth.
So let's advance.
There's the
this.
homeless to prove it. It's crazy, man. It's
so
really
right now. I
hardcore.
gotta say, just off the buck, this show sucks because I haven't seen any Alien or any sort of shit. You know how I feel. You know I'm a Jaws 4 guy, and so far there's no Jaws 4 in this.
Well, it's building the tension, man.
Yeah,
it's building the tension. Oh, and it's technology too.
Tense up my fucking ass.
Oh wait. Well, the little little kid was trapped in their ice.
Oh, they're frozen. Look at that.
The Asian kid and the African American kid.
Is that a fucking sign? Is that something about jingoism?
I don't know, man. This is making us think about other people in a different light.
We're going in a different road
Race
next.
is so compelling.
After this, we have the newest episode of Last Man Standing coming up here. We're going to do a few minutes of that.
Oh, sure. Let's pop that on.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be good. I hate Tim Allen.
Oh, yeah. No one likes him.
What a star, though.
Again, proves that when you get clean, you're not cool.
Yeah.
Even my dad said, like, when we would watch fucking Home Improvement, he'd be like, he was way cooler when he like talked about selling cocaine and.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so close to understanding.
Yeah, he was a big comic. Like I used to headline Zanies in the mid '80s and shit.
Look, I'm sorry, but season 1, I'm gonna need more than 5 episodes before you reveal the truth.
Yeah.
As he welcomes Tracy Ellis Ross tonight.
All right, we're gonna go into Last Man Standing here. Totally changing directions.
Outdoor Man. That's the store I'm going to. Outdoor Man.
A week and Chuck and I are here.
Well, that dude's been in everything.
Yeah,
he was an American Gigolo.
He plays a guy that's like, he's in a mob movie the whole time, and you don't know he's like the Don.
Yeah.
Like, he drives the limo the whole time, and then at the end you find out I'm actually fucking Kokoji.
No, he's also like he's like a cop, gumshoe cop on the trail.
That's actually Stanley Tucci's husband.
You know, we used to meet at the bathhouse, and Kevin Spacey was young then.
The conquering of Mount Ego.
That's what they call Stanley Tucci's dick. Mount Ego.
Can she control the power of the one chair? Or will she simply stand?
This is a joke show.
Yeah.
Where like there's no plot. It's
Yep.
just all like, he's young and lazy, huh?
Yeah.
She's a natural.
Do you know what?
Frank Sinatra Jr.
When I did my
She's
writing,
a natural. He makes the big boob sign.
By the way, I was golfing today.
Saw a big set of honkers.
On the sixth
they got
hole.
the broads that ride the carts around and fucking.
No. It's a pretty budget public course. They got a great. We got to go there sometime. They have a great outdoor area. Like honestly, if the three of us went over there, it'd be fun. They got good, but the beers are expensive. But
I don't drink. I drink diet sodas.
You can sit around there. It's actually kind of. They have food there and stuff. They have a nice little kind of restaurant there.
She's pregnant, dude. The daughter's pregnant.
But I was on the 6th hole as a bottleneck. I had a great drive on the 6th hole. Golf terribly though. Not golfing.
See, this is how bad this is. We have gone immediately to our own lives. We do not care about what's going on in this show.
Last Man Standing, and this woman walked by who was well endowed. It was holy
big
shit.
Old dick.
I was like, wow, you are a well endowed woman, and like, au natural. It was like she was. There are some beautiful women in this city too. You know, I focus on the homeless, but there's also some amazingly pretty women.
Look, let's watch him play chess with this dummy.
Okay, watch this. My castle's gonna kill your king.
Get it? She's smarter than him.
No, she's not. She's an idiot, but she's beating him and she doesn't know how she's doing it, and she's making. Look at that guy's hair.
I think that guy was wasn't he in Kingpin? He wasn't the guy.
She's Uncle Philling him. Do you remember the episode of Fresh Prince where Will he's pool sharking and he gets fucking held up? And then Uncle Phil comes in and runs the fucking table.
Like he didn't
on
know
this
he was
fucking
like,
guy.
yeah.
And he didn't know. Not only did I see Malcolm X speak, but you know, I know how to play a game or two of pool.
Exactly. Oh yeah, because he was like an old '60s dude, right, from back in the day.
But we're 9 seasons deep on this show, so at this point, there's no more plot. This is like, you know who these characters are.
Yeah.
He hates young people. He's a Republican. When he got into the fight with ABC, because this was on ABC and then it went to Fox, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And he tried to make it seem like, well, I'm conservative, so that's why they canceled the show. But it's like, no. They offered you money and you said no.
Yeah.
So they canceled your show.
Yeah.
And then so another network picked it up to be like the savior. So, but at this point, you're 9 seasons in. It doesn't matter what the story is. This is just like, we say the same thing every episode.
Build a seesaw.
She's constantly exhausted because she actually has to do most of the fucking rearing in the house.
Yeah.
Hey guys. Hey. Hi.
Hey, you blonde whore.
One of my tanks from work. Somebody snapped the 50 caliber right off.
Some liberal snapped their 50 caliber.
Wow, yeah,
Well,
they're definitely like.
You know what? Maybe I'm gonna print out some pictures of rocket ships. You know, just to help.
They're
you see
right-wing virtue signaling, aren't they?
Very helpful, Kyle, because
Right? I mean,
I was just at my American-owned job.
Yeah, exactly.
And, working on the line, working at the factory, which don't exist in Middle America anymore.
Yeah.
And some fucking cuck,
Yeah.
probably a globalist, came in with a broken set of fucking ski straps.
Probably a globalist.
Did he tell you why he wanted to build a rocket ship?
Yeah, no, of course, right.
It's not a Jewish rocket ship, is it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. You tell me, and I'll see if I remember.
See, I still have my role in this world, woman. I still have my opinions. You're going to listen to me.
Oh boy. Wow, I would have remembered that.
Yeah, he probably wants to build something for Sarah as a way of telling Sarah that he's never going to leave.
Of course he does.
Right. So what did you say when he said he wanted to...
You know, because every man your daughter gets with, you have to drive them away. You can't.
Yeah. You can't just be like, "Hey, be happy for her."
No.
And like, yeah.
Or you can't just
he's
quietly
a decent
hate.
guy.
You got to drive him away.
Yeah.
But you have to talk about how lazy he is all the time and how hard you, Tim Allen, work.
I tell you what. I was watching. I have a cousin who had a boyfriend that she lived with in Chicago. He was a guy who owned reptiles in his 30s, which is an odd trait. That's an odd trait. And my uncle was just biting his lip like, I really don't like this guy. I don't want him to be my fucking son-in-law. Like, he really didn't like the kid. And the kid was a total fuck up.
Here we go.
He was a fuck up.
Hey, Mike Baxter for Outdoor Man.
So he was a fuck
At
up
least
is the
that's
point.
how
And so like, there's a time when that actually does make sense, you know. But it's probably because he's
But as hunters, we're always messing with appearance versus reality. It's called camouflage. We wear camo so we appear to be part of the harmless landscape. But in reality, we're an apex predator who's already made the blackberry sauce.
He's telling people to raid the Capitol.
We're hunters. We can't be trusted. By the time the duck is flirty with the decoy and it's not quacking back, too late.
Jesus
Ducky.
Christ, he's really pandering.
It's not just
This
in the
is so
wild,
pandering.
It's good to see. Though hopefully the consequences aren't as bad as they are for the deer.
And they're
the duck.
trying to modernize it?
A tall blonde might be great at chess, right?
Like the
gruff head of
screen?
security might be extra
Well,
hard.
because it's like he's on the internet. This is like a ad for his outdoor shop. For his outdoor shop.
Why do you pander so much?
So he can feel grounded right here.
Well, because the conservatives saved him. That's what you do when you feel like you've been canceled by the left. You just immediately start pandering to the right because those people latch on and they never let go. They'll be fans for life.
Yeah. I like it. He was sticking it in a snowflake's eye.
I love it. I want some more of it. I'm cool. I'm hot.
I said this is a lot of information to take in all at once. So
Let's
don't
just.
be embarrassed.
Oh yeah, we're going. This is
This has gotta. I can't. This has gotta go. I really don't respect him. I really don't respect Tim Allen.
Again, he should have kept selling cocaine.
Yeah, he was in the joint in his late 20s. You should.
So the next show we have is Resident Alien. This is about an alien who looks like the fucking pirate from Dodgeball.
Fine.
This is on Sci-Fi, I think. You want to take a break?
Yeah, what are we looking at time-wise?
Well, I started recording an hour before you came, so it's tough to tell.
Okay,
But I mean, if you want to take a break, we can take a break.
Yeah, let's. Ooh, here we go. There's a couple of cute little women here.
So he's an alien, and when he looks into a mirror, you can actually see the alien.
Oh, this dude. He was in Firefly.
He's the pirate from fucking Dodgeball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, no, I remember him from Firefly.
Here, we'll fly through it. This show doesn't matter. It's on
These
Sci-Fi.
women are certainly better looking than Tim Allen's show. I'll watch it for that reason.
I basically showed you all you need to know. He's an alien who looks like Alan Tudyk.
Okay. Can you imagine, like, I got to accept this one because I got to keep getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Amblin Entertainment.
That you're with Spielberg. I can get a foot in the
deep
door,
state.
maybe.
We got some deep state shit happening here on the fucking...
Deep state. What a fucking narrative.
And then, Station 19. This is about firefighters banging each other.
Ooh, look at this.
This is adjacent to Grey's Anatomy. They will often do cross appearances. This is about the firehouse in the same area as the hospital. So like so in this show, if they're bringing a patient into a hospital, they're carrying that over into the Grey's Anatomy.
Well, they
episodes.
sometimes show them in Grey's episodes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Grey's Anatomy. Oh, they link it together.
One of the firefighters is the husband of the chief surgery at Gray Sloan Memorial.
I used to think like television and entertainment had
They fuck
dignity in it.
so much on these shows.
In
this show in Grey's Anatomy, she's so attractive. She was
Is that Jim Valvano?
Yeah, fucking Jimmy V. So she was the girlfriend.
I have cancer. It can't take my spirit. It can't.
So there's a character. They're in fucking. They're in. Where the fuck is where all the Jewish
Los
people?
Feliz?
No.
Canoga Park or whatever.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere up
where
in
they
the
got
valley.
those little bungalow houses. But she used to date one of the doctors on Grey's Anatomy. She was on Grey's Anatomy a lot.
Thank you for bringing me up to speed with the backstory. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, you're doing your job. Appreciate that. Again, I'm a young Jimmy Valvano, you know? So I'm coaching Iona. These rednecks in North Carolina want to hire me.
So they used to date, but he coaches the fucking Loyola Marymount, and he doesn't have time for her. No, but so they're like trying to be like friends. They don't date.
She's pretty. She is pretty.
She's very pretty.
Absolutely. This is well cast. This is a handsome man.
Oh,
pretty
Shonda
woman.
Rhimes doesn't play around.
Oh, there's a bullet in there.
That's my call.
Captain?
These are COVID episodes. Wow. That thing we just saw was a flashback. Anything you see that's not COVID is a flashback, and it's footage that they're using from the previous season.
So they're filming it under the guise of COVID.
Yeah.
You know, or under the, not the guise.
Let's see if we get some unadulterated fact.
I wasn't wearing my mask. Uh-oh, I think he overdosed or something. Yep, right. Yep, exactly.
How do you do drugs during a pandemic? Look at him fucking sanitizing everything.
With the cops? Yeah.
This is great. You know, we're living in a time when there's a bad virus going around. We're going to integrate it into the show because I like, it's interesting. Television in the 60s, we talked about this earlier, like Munsters, it was like true escapism. We're going to throw bubblegum at you.
Well, people went different directions.
Yeah,
they went like this, where it was, we're going to deal with COVID in the show.
Yeah.
Then there were ones where it's a different disease.
Oh, interesting.
Then there's shows where they don't acknowledge it. They just
are plowing through.
Yeah. And but all the
I
scenes,
respect that one
but
the
all the
most.
scenes are just one-on-one scenes. Like you can clearly tell.
I respect that the most.
Yeah.
I think that's those are the best.
So do you want to ease into a break here then?
Please.
All right, we're gonna ease into a break.
Yep. Let
me go ahead and queue up. I got some nice. Oh, we got a Charlie Chan trailer we could watch too.
I'm glad you appreciated that. Those were amazing, dude. There were 48 Charlie Chan movies made. 48.
That's a lot.
And he was making movies like in the 30s. I mean, it is like, wow. If we watched a little bit of that, that would be like watching that one, like, I'm from the south side of Germany. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, literally, it would be like
L's like ours and everything.
I mean,
anyway, we'll be back on the opposite side of a break here. Keith Pazel's podcast.
It's an obsession. So if I can't get out to this exact spot at this exact time of year, I may as well be bowling.
Get out there in expedition from your Ford Outfitter. Outfitting you with the most far-reaching sport utilities on Earth. Ford Outfitters. No boundaries.
We don't brush with toothpaste anymore.
Toothpaste? Forget about it.
What we need is a whole mouth paste.
Triple Protection Aquafresh does it all. It's 3 toothpastes in 1.
Now we brush with Aquafresh.
It's the whole mouth paste.
It's in your blood. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. The nightmare continues, only from Capcom.
Birthdays mean wishes.
I wish everyone would shut up.
All new That 70s Show at a special time, 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday.
All right, we're back for the second half. We're going to get into this fucking Q documentary.
Yep.
I got time codes pulled up. Let me get those up here. All right. So how into it are you off the bat? Like, what do you know of? Didn't you watch like a Frontline documentary about them?
Yeah, I think I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was. Here's what I recall gleaned off of that is there is this online community or something that has this that they claim like the government is like run by a bunch of like blood drinking pedophiles.
Hollywood too.
And Hollywood, yeah, and there's this weird sort of like connection between basically all the things they don't like, you know, are sort of conspiring, and they're awful human beings. And then what wasn't that also was QAnon related to that guy who went from North Carolina to DC to shoot people at that pizza place? Was he like
yeah? Well, that's kind of how it started. They get into Pizzagate on that,
and it's just like it's so isn't it just revealing the awfulness of humanity, like the weird sort of psychosis.
Well, and like we find out on this, no smart people are like QAnoners. You don't find anybody like Neil deGrasse Tyson or somebody.
Well, of course not. Of course
look
not.
How this is how stupid it is. They have to give you a graphic warning because you're going to see graphic stupidity. You're watching this. You're going to be able to use the word retard totally with impunity. You don't have to worry about political correctness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because these people are tarded.
Yeah, but it just there's too many people.
It was made by a dork. Listen to that 8-bit music. It's like Tetris. Ooh.
Oh God, why does that generation worship the 80s? I lived through it. It wasn't that cool. It's not funny.
The games were hard, dude.
Yeah. Well,
those old fucking arcade games are not easy. They're all fucking patterny and fucking math.
Absolutely. When I learned the pattern on Pac-Man, Keith, this is the truth. I got a little cooler. I had gone up a notch in coolness as an 11-year-old Adam Crocious. When I learned the pattern
Listen
on
to
Pac-Man.
this. This is a great intro. So this Asian guy works for 8chan.
I know it's hard to get beer off to Tommy Force, but...
No, please. Make yourself at home. Totally.
He explains
I
it.
got 5 emails this morning. New York Times, BBC, NPR, Vox. No, for me, those are the enemy.
What are these people accusing you of?
Have you heard of QAnon?
Yes.
What do you know about QAnon?
A type of movement.
Dude, that Asian guy, he wears gloves all the time. He's wearing just like fingerless leather gloves.
Again, there's a whole
What it is.
the degeneration of the human psyche is just on display.
One of the most trusted people who has a Q-level security clearance.
He's going to
is
explain it.
Dropping
here.
like these little tidbits.
Secrecy. And I have heard of it, but I have no idea what it is.
I see. This is how the story goes. I believe one of Donald Trump's most trusted people who has a Q-level security clearance is dropping like these little tidbits of information anonymously online.
So this is the second Q drop. It really sets the stage for everything else.
Mockingbird, HRC detained, not arrested yet. Where's Huma? Follow Huma. This has nothing to do with Russia yet. What is military intelligence? Why go around the 3-letter agencies? God bless fellow patriots.
This information was dropped.
All the Q drops are like that. It's all just like Echo, 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 Tango, Cash, movie.
Just a gibberish like that, a gibberish.
And then they get into it in this, and then what this guy who is Q or these people that are Q, what they're smart about is they make it weird like this, and then they allow people to just create these myths behind whatever. Oh, I decoded this, and Huma is this, and then that's this 17th letter of this government is this, and then if you go to the alphabet. And then they pick whichever one is cool, and they're like, "Oh no, he got it."
Man, that is just it's odd. Let's watch more of this.
Yeah, that's my website.
So are these the two documentary filmmakers, the Asian woman and this guy with the glasses, or are they?
No, this is just a scene of this dude finding out that his neighbor runs 8chan.
Oh, okay. The guy in the green hat runs 8chan?
Yeah.
Are you a user?
No, but I know it.
What do you think? Like, I've been your neighbor for 2 years now. What do you think I did?
I
thought you raped women.
Later.
Everybody likes free speech, but there's a tipping point for everybody. When is free speech too much?
Yeah. Are you helping with that debate?
So that's that. Now we're going to go to around 16 minutes here.
I mean, the forces that are trying to tame this.
The government? You mean the government, Crow?
The forces that are trying to sort of channel this to turn it into something are pretty sinister.
Here, let me go back.
They're pretty.
Let me show
they're
you
pretty
these
underhanded.
fucktards here.
It's it's gross.
Why can't I rewind it? Okay, there we go.
It's really sinister. Very underhanded. Very dishonest. You know, and there's that's when you're motivated by those forces.
QAnon also told its followers to question everything. It was part interactive game, part religion, part political movement.
More traction after some famous faces. Roseanne Barr, Kurt Schilling, the former major leaguer.
Well, Schilling loves QAnon.
Desire for revolution. That all
He
of the
is a
ills of the
weirdo.
world were on the
Baseball players have.
Here's our first assholes that we're gonna meet.
You can get inside access to this plan. You could even help.
We voted for Obama each time.
Twice.
Twice.
Yeah. I bought into the media, the first black president.
They all talk like that. They live in Florida. We're from fucking New York, but we moved to Florida because we know the truth.
In a Democrat
Florida's
state.
got some rough East Coast people. Like again, Joe McMahon is right when he talks about that state, and I just say it's the dick hanging off. I mean, it is a gross place. That's big. It's got a lot of people in
It
it.
was only our fault for not paying attention.
Jen and Jamie had been red-pilled in 2018. This concept of red-pilling comes from that scene in The Matrix where Keanu...
So we've met these assholes.
You're making your life based on the Matrix. That is such a bad decision. That is such a bad lens to interpret things through. Is that part of the thing?
No, the term red pill is
Yeah,
about the Matrix.
but the point is, it's using using the Matrix.
All right, so here we go. Here's the homunculus who created 8chan.
Now, being Q'd was one of the most integral mechanics of QAnon. Q had somehow taken the banality of a retweet and elevated the meaning to be part of a higher plan or purpose connected to Trump. There was a sense...
A lot of people think, by the way, that QAnon is that Asian guy from the beginning.
And it transformed followers into true believers.
His name is Code Monkey, which is a slur for Asians.
Was going to the rally and she said, well, I think Joy is going.
This guy might be
She
retarded.
became famous for wearing the MAGA dress to the Emmys. So I offered to pick Joy up at the airport and bring her over. We're invited VIP. We went in front of the VIP.
Look at that guy. That guy has Down syndrome, right? Oh my God. There's a wedding ring on his finger,
I
too.
was the second or third person in the door.
This is the queue. This is wood. This is not cardboard.
It's not cardboard. Fucking none of that China cardboard shit.
And we were right, pretty much in the center, a couple rows back, right in front of
Being
President
inspired by him.
Right? Watch how happy. This is what I want to watch. Let this breathe. So this I'm going to set this up for you.
Okay.
This is about how they were at this rally and they were wearing their QAnon shit, and they're going to talk about how Trump's signing to them. He's signaling to them, and watch the grin on this retard's face.
And yeah, first he pointed straight to me. I instantly understood the communication. I whipped out my phone.
My son,
Instantly understood the communication.
Jordan, he turned around to me and goes, I think President Trump just pointed to it, to me.
He looks at me, he gives me a little finger wag. Fairly subtle. Yeah, it just sort of happened.
Look at his wife sitting there like a beaten soul.
And look at him like tap his foot, like
Look at him smile. Look at him smile.
Wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned.
And someone said, Q's looking for whoever had a cutout.
Q's looking for you.
So then people behind me started shouting, hey, guy in the red shirt, you just made Q. Q found me within 6 minutes, which means that he had eyes on the rally. Somehow they knew my name.
Q don't reach out to anybody. He just puts you in his drops.
And he said, VIPs, thank you, Patriots.
He was right with us.
This is dangerous. This might anger you, dude. So check this out. They have a little kid here and they talk about how he was at the Trump rally.
Build a wall, build a wall. And he was chanting with us. It was funny.
I think Q is something that could only happen in our current day.
I mean, it's not surprising. It's
no.
But it's just like.
All right, so now we're
I don't know if I remember this. I want a quick little story.
Yeah.
Again, I'm doing stand-up comedy early on in stand-up. Like I was within the first year of me doing stand-up. When I had one of my first true bombs, and I'm not a big one on blaming the audience, but this one I was like it was the realization of like kind of I don't know, like just you knew people are kind of the ignorance, and that's kind of, it's a superior attitude to think, well, they just didn't get my jokes. I'm sure I didn't deliver them very well, and they didn't quite understand me. I'm sure I spoke too fast.
Can you pull the mic into you a little bit?
Sure. But it was also just the realization of how stupid most people are. Like seeing an audience and just hearing their reactions to and what they thought was funny, like what was killing at comedy clubs. I was just like, how do you people find this funny? This is not a funny line. This is not clever. This guy's a clown. But he had a stage presence. I remember not getting, and then that was me realizing how dumb people are. But you see this and you're like, wow, there's just a lot of ignorance. And with this, it's just the search for identity, and like it's bizarre. Our culture is really circling the drain, man. We're circling the drain. This is pretty crazy. What's going on?
So this is about Q-tubers. These are about the YouTubers that cover Q.
Some of my other videos.
Keep up the fight. You can follow me on Twitter.
Also, hit the like button if you guys like this content and want to see me make more.
Again, way more followers than us. So us really making fun of them, we might be throwing stones.
On different
casting stones
and YouTube.
Well, yeah, I mean,
look at this guy.
This QAnon phenomenon, and
he's a religious nut
for my channel.
Yeah,
well, it's interesting.
There's a whole this is the
watch what he says up here.
YouTubers. When we first
he talks about the pictures in his house, and he says God's up top because he's number one.
I got God above, right? So the crosses, I like to keep those the highest because God's first. But then I got Trump looking over our work. His war face.
It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. The con that he has been able to pull is pretty fucking incredible. And what he's been able to tap into, and it's always been there, obviously, but it seems pretty organized. It seems pretty, and they're all armed up,
I'm checking my phone all day. I'm checking the computer all night. So as soon as a Q post is up, I'm doing a breakdown video analysis of it.
At first, I was like, what a loser. He's sitting around. But then I was like, oh, yeah, his job is covering QAnon. So he probably does have to fucking, the second this psychopath fucking posts something.
Yeah. Well, then you get sucked up into it.
Can you imagine
part of your identity?
Can you imagine if I called you up and was like, hey, Q posted. We have to.
Yeah, we have to do something now. Yeah, it's just the weird. This is why Trump has to stroke out, because the right-wing mind latches onto the leader. They latch onto it like it's just this mystical sort of connection. Oh, there's a voice that's speaking to me, and he represents the essence of success because he's a billionaire, because they've bought the lie for so long that it feeds into their mythical view of how things should be, and there's just such ignorance and a lack of critical thinking, but it's real. You can't deny it. But they all latch into it.
Look at this facial
and when
hair.
that figure dies, so if Trump can stroke out, that would just be a healthy thing.
Look at the facial hair.
In a few months.
That guy's got a beard with no mustache connecting it.
But I can get on YouTube.
Is he Amish?
No, he's fucking retarded.
I know.
Look how good he looked right there.
Why not?
As you get deeper, you get weirder facial hair.
Yeah.
My family members.
Hi everybody, I want to do a quick video and update you guys on
There's people out there like Liz Crokin who are just completely experts in breaking.
See, they latch on too because this blonde lady actually has worked for like newspapers and was like a real journalist. So they're like, she's an absolute expert. She just fucking knows the whole insides and outs. Like, why? Because she was a gossip columnist for the fucking Tribune.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
So she must know that everyone in Disney is a pedophile.
Yeah. Patton Oswalt.
Politicians and billionaires were running a sex trafficking.
What's so bizarre to me, the thing they hate about, they should hate the fact that they're billionaires. That's what they should hate.
Yeah.
They shouldn't project into them, they're doing, so in a weird way, they are challenging the political structure, but it's in such a haphazard, knee-jerk fashion. And it's tapping into some real weirdness.
Many Q followers believe
real weirdness.
Alienated them from their friends, family, and in some cases,
Listen to this fucking dumb bitch.
Well, I actually got my first news job when I was 16 or 17. I've worked on 2 presidential campaigns. I've worked for...
I love how all her pictures are just like her fucking covered in liquid. Like,
This is me winning the wet tush t-shirt contest.
This is me waiting to interview Dick Van Dyke.
So I left the mainstream media, but I was also blacklisted and censored from other organizations. So I realized...
It's because you're a fuck up. There's a reason for that. You were incompetent and a fuck up.
Because she says the newspaper she worked for wouldn't cover the Hollywood pedophilia, which she was disgusted by.
state to
the deep state
to distract from what is really going on in
Oh,
Hollywood, and that is the rape, torture, trafficking, and sacrificing of children.
Well, one of the right-wing things when I read
Listen to what she says here. I'm going to let you finish your point, but listen to this.
And the Earth's flat, or it's whatever.
Wait, the Earth's flat wouldn't surprise you?
No. Really? There is nothing that... I expose people that literally rape and eat babies.
Oh my God!
Literally rape and eat babies,
and thinking she's like this, like her weird ego, like feeling like proud of this, like she's uncovered this great. She's the Woodward and Bernstein of this thing, validating her bizarre paranoid views. It's just. There aren't any more pedophiles in Hollywood than there are anywhere else.
I tell you,
exists.
fucking warrior. She's probably licking that dog's butthole.
Oh, gross, man! God,
that's a go-to. My dad would always make the go-to joke of like, he's probably he's dicking that dog. You know.
I have been followed and harassed ever since I went public.
But you're also.
I love how you're worried about being harassed and you're looking outside with binoculars and you're letting a full-on documentary camera crew into your house.
Like not recognizing the hypocrisy and irony of that.
Look at his sad little Daily Beast office.
Especially in the 2016 election, a lot of conspiracy theories gaining steam that have now been folded.
I'll tell you what's not gaining steam, buddy. Your hairline.
Yeah.
So, for example, Pizzagate.
So who's this cat?
Here we go.
Pizzagate is something that started with the release of John Podesta's hacked emails on WikiLeaks. People start going through and they're seeing these references to pizza. And these are mostly innocuous references, but they're like, wow, this guy's getting a lot of pizza. And so someone who's going through it and really is sort of looking for nefarious explanations.
Yeah, looking for it.
That John Podesta is going to this Comet Ping Pong place, which is a pizzeria in Washington.
They have punk shows there too. There's footage online of. There actually is a weird footage of like a metal band performing there and being like, "Oh, the boys are here," like they really are talking very pedophile-y. Here we go. So this is how bad OAN is. This is just some random fucking periscoper that got famous going to Comet Pizza.
The methodology, getting people to pay attention to you because of...
Why am I a journalist? Because I put the pen here behind my hand and I talk like this. And I say methodology and I wear a suit.
Well, exactly. That's what's so sinister about this is they have this veneer of trying to be professional, but it's so bad.
But I wanted to go for some pizza.
Jack Posobiec actually took this weird route where he claimed that he went to Comet Ping Pong to debunk Pizzagate, which is, if you play back the footage from that night, is absolutely not what was going on.
We're gonna go in and we're gonna
immediately a trip as if he had any friends.
Yeah.
You'd be like, no, we're not doing that. That's not gonna be fun. Let's order from fucking Little
Domino's
Caesars. They're hot and ready. Like, what are we doing with this?
On me because I didn't understand that the IQ of the internet is below than average.
So a lot of people have been going into that back room. So secret door to get into the bathroom. See that?
He's walking around the restaurant being like, whoa, there's some creepy stuff in here, guys. Like, I think we're being...
Wow, the ignorance it's revealing.
The face on the wall
oh my God.
You see the face on the wall there?
Fanning the flames.
People really don't have critical thinking skills. I mean, listen. I'm not saying I'm a genius. Believe me, I've made a lot of mistakes.
They kick him out. Listen to him. And when you kick him out, this is my problem with this. Kicking it out makes him think it's real.
Well, exactly.
Because they should have just let him stay.
Yeah.
Go in the other direction.
And maybe get bored, you know?
Wow.
Because then he can go, wow.
I know. Wow. This is deep.
Wow.
And then
this is deep.
Going on InfoWars and detailing your experience, traveling to the pizza place, just being like, I don't know, man.
It's amazing how the media, the social media thing, I mean, it has just become so
that's dominant. Even how, look, they're using our mics. Look, that's even how Pizzagate started.
Man.
So that's that. We're going to go to...
Wow.
This one's going to blow your mind. I love this one. Ooh, it's coming up soon here.
So the fact that they kicked him out, like, that just proves it,
that proves
right?
It. They're fucking...
I'm not going to take responsibility for me being a weirdo and saying, ooh, that door, and being a creep hanging out in the restaurant.
The one guy says... They say there's a rape dungeon in the basement of Comet Pizza. Comet Pizza doesn't have a basement.
Yeah,
so
it's slab on grade, you know, which is
Here we go.
common.
Listen to this. This is about. This gets into who is Q.
So a clue that leads us to a much bigger question: who Q actually is. Now, when considering possible suspects, false positives are everywhere.
Oh.
And just looking at Q's digital trail, I could make a case for any number of people behind the operation. Hell, I could even make a case for myself.
I mean, you can really find yourself falling down a hole in terms of trying to find out who Q is. Obviously, the one QAnon people think is that they think it's someone close to Trump. So they think.
I mean, this is all, again, this is them playing like wow, you know.
For sure.
Playing the social media angle is without a doubt part of the strategy, obviously.
Q has said that less than 10 people in the world can identify me.
They say it like he's full on. Q has said
A guy named
he's wearing a wedding ring.
Fusca, who's been
Listen to this.
filmed at several Trump rallies.
I think it's Vincent Fusca, who's actually JFK Jr., because if you look at his grave in Arlington Cemetery from above, it's this huge Q. He didn't die. He was already Trump's best friend.
No,
and
this
they've been
is,
working
you know,
together all along.
Q is a real insider with real inside information.
It's not one person.
He's that is the sound of a guy that you just told there was no Santa Claus. Q is a real guy with real inside information.
Yeah. Oh, Stone is such a turd. He's such a bad human being. I'm looking forward to his death. Roger Stone dying will be a good day. It'll be a good day. He was, and then Miller. Oh my God, I have to say, Millennial Nosferatu is a good nickname for him. He is an awful human being.
What if Roger Stone is like an operatic singer?
And then fucking and Bannon just being like
Steve Bannon. He needs to be the GM of the Bears.
I want to hear this if you don't mind.
And posts by Q, where they're almost dropping posts at the same time.
This Q post came on September 30th at 14:53, 2:53 p.m. So then you got Donald J. Trump.
So then you got me jerking off to diaper porn right here.
God. And so they're thinking that they're being communicated to through like when I was trying to
No, that's him trying to prove that Trump is Q. Because he's trying to say that Q will post at this specific time.
Yeah.
And then you go look at here, and then Trump tweets, it's 3 minutes later, and he uses watch and see, and then Q says watch and see.
Yeah.
And he's saying all of this into a microphone paid for by a YouTube channel that has like 250,000 followers. Because there's a market for this bullshit.
Oh, of course.
Patriot Soapbox, 24/7 live.
This is what I want to get into. This is going to be our show.
Successful chat room dedicated to Q.
24/7, Crow. You ready for it?
On YouTube channel.
Yeah. I have the stamina for that.
We'll take shifts.
Through their live streams that people donate to. They would seem like one of the major suspects.
Wow. I wonder what I want to talk to Dan Rather. Like, what does he think about this? A person who's like an old school sort of news.
I don't even know how to work my remote control.
Yeah. I sometimes struggle with that myself. But yeah,
there's 3 of them, first of all.
It's just,
they're all different sizes with different button amounts.
This intentional crazy making that they're doing is just such an unhealthy thing for, we're mentally ill. There's a lot of mentally ill people in this country, and it's like he's rallying them, and it's gross. It's just, it's so depressing.
Look at the gap in this broad's teeth. So they run a pretty big YouTube channel. Those are Rode. Those are Rode NT1 microphones. Those are $250 microphones.
When they thought I was Don Jr., we got like.
Look at his teeth, dude.
I was the one that latched on first. One day I saw a post.
Nothing positive. If you refer to latching onto something, that's not good.
Yeah.
You never latch on to the love of your life.
Yeah.
Or whatever you're doing before and go full time on this.
February.
Oh my Lord.
Look at that gap.
Oh, Lord.
Can fucking probably punch her in the mouth and miss completely with that gap.
The lack of critical the inability to, the lens, how they interpret things. It's just very different than mine.
Yeah, sorry.
It's not surprising.
Listen to this old man, though. This old man does a burn. So they're on Discord right now. Discord is like kind of like Zoom. You can do video, but it's voice activated. So you can have a whole group of people, and then the second someone starts talking, their little icon lights up.
Yep.
Listen to this.
This is more than I could have ever imagined my life to be. Somebody told Pam this was a bad idea. Yes, exactly right. It was a bad idea for the deep state.
Oh, that's a little joke.
Yeah.
He high fives. His son's so proud of him. I'm so proud of you, Dad. I got you into it. Listen, he fucking says boomers. So, but this is getting into the boomers are a lot of cures. That they're basically saying that through doing these 24/7 things, a lot of baby boomers were like, oh, we were surprised that all these older, we thought only young people were into this nuts bullshit.
Yeah. Again, it just the mental illness.
God, she looks like Dusty Rhodes.
My husband started reading Q posts, and now we don't talk or whatever.
If I was a cure, she probably would have never dated me. Larry.
Oh my Lord.
Out of like nowhere, this Travis View guy, where their whole like persona is just like attacking anybody that covers the Q posts.
Oh, other guys that actually try to attack them online.
Yeah.
Well, I respect that. You know,
we're about to meet this guy.
With Q, only they devote their time to debunking it.
When I created my account, I thought I was going to use it to make Starsky.
See, he only has 1,500 followers. You see, all the other people have hundreds of thousands of followers.
Yeah,
and it's not good. Like I'm not even. I'd like
Could
to
they
be
be inflating those numbers?
I'd like to be impressed with the follower amount, but to me, it just shows how many more people are fucking retarded.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Without a
Over
doubt.
people, this Travis Views guy should have 20,000 Twitter followers. He's got 1,500.
That whole fucking
has he ever been retweeted by Judd Apatow?
I hate that frog that have that right wing frog that they have as that
Pepe?
image. I fucking
That Pepe's from 4chan.
Yeah, I hate that, man. It's just like,
Fields,
yeah, man.
But before all that, QAnon.
These guys are gay together. Look at how he's sitting on that couch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would smack your feet off the
No.
couch if you sat like that.
They rub sticks. There's no doubt about it, man. Rubbing sticks and stones together, making sparks in the night. Looking for.
And out themselves that they believe.
I don't get
They're
it.
going to see Keanu Reeves' band at the fucking
Dog Star. They're going to go see Dog Star.
They're going to see Dog Star at the Roxy. Social distanced. We're going.
I wonder when concerts are going to start happening again. I don't.
Will be just as strong, I think.
Yeah. So do you want to get into a little This Week in TV history while we let
Man,
this breathe a little bit?
Yeah, okay. Because I'm starting to, I'm literally going down the rabbit hole. I'm following it hook, line, and sinker. So yeah, let's go to This Week in History. Yeah, thank you, Keith, for getting out of that. That's because I'm just. You were correct. I mean, I don't like what I'm seeing. I mean, I'm not surprised. Again, it's. I don't know. I don't.
I'm gonna go back to cable because that's really all I had. We went through the time code, so
I don't know what to think about how this affects things.
well, it's a part of reality. I mean, the show, the comic book that I was writing, and the little TV show that I'm writing is all based on conspiracy theories.
It's just like what I mean.
And just the idea that I just have a feeling that the idea of people in the government being about conspiracy theories is not going away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, when I was in college, talked about but they were all like in college. It was like that's just a conspiracy theory. Like when someone put stuff like that out in college, you were immediately kind of pushed down. Like, dude, that's not. That's a conspiracy theory. And I'm sometimes prone to a conspiracy theory. I'm not saying I'm above
and now
them.
people are like, yeah, I know. It's awesome.
On occasion, I am, but not. There are things that governments actually doing.
See what Sven Gulli's got going on. Ooh, look at that.
It's an old conversation. That looks like fucking Richard Roundtree from
The Beast Must Die.
Oh yeah, let's see who this cast is.
Tom, Davina's worried. It seems poor Jan's had
What year did this come out?
I don't know. It's probably just going to have Sven Gulli listed.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why Sven Gulli's there. He's got to tell you.
Man.
So we're going in chronological order.
Yeah. This is This Week in History. Oh, Peter Cushing. He's going to blow up the Death Star.
Oh, yeah.
So they got some names in this.
He was an old man who stared glaringly in everything.
Yeah, absolutely. He was always good. Well, he was good in those Dracula movies.
Beg your pardon.
Okay, This Week in History.
It does work perfectly. Every 30 minutes, that fucking shutter goes. Hold on.
Cool.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. No, yeah. But this is So this Svengoolie here, we got.
So 1932, the first U.S. radio broadcast from the back of a fucking truck. That sounds like Christian Slater in fucking Midnight Radio or whatever the fuck that movie's called. Pump up the volume.
Oh, I remember that being like a cool. Like when I was in college, that was deemed like kind of a edgy movie.
Did you want to start a radio show? Did you? We should do that.
I didn't
man.
watch it. I didn't.
Let's
watch
hook
it.
up some XLRs to our fucking ham radio.
I didn't see it. It was beneath me. It wasn't cool enough. I was kind of a snob in certain ways.
You didn't like talk radio back then? Too rushy for you? Was it too associated with? Was talk radio like associated so right to the right wing with you?
It was still in its absolute infancy. But I remember hearing it a few times and being like, "This isn't good." They're putting out some real awful, like not the hates, just the misinformation and the hate's there. Obviously, it's just
we got the NACPs.
Absolutely.
You know, Clark Jones won one of those, or Will Miles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's a good. I always liked Will Miles, man. He's a good guy.
Will Miles,
totally good guy, man. Always upbeat, you know. I tell you what, I had a couple.
Tell us. Tell what? Tell me what.
Doing my lift this past weekend, I picked up a couple guys who had to go down to LAX from up here in Hollywood, and there were a couple like black guys from South Florida. They were fucking hysterical. It was a great ride. And they were, and we had like a 35-minute ride to go from like Hollywood down to LAX. They had to pick up a rental car. And they were coming out here for like one guy lived here, and then his friend was visiting him. And he's like, "What about the pursuit of happiness? I don't want to wear this mask." Like they were so not.
You mean the Will Smith movie? It's a good movie. It started off his dramatic acting career.
They were great, man. They had so many good lines. And I was talking about like football down there. They thought I was funny. I had some lines for them, you know, like, you know, and like the homeless people. Man, you see these homeless people out here? They are fall. I mean, and they were. I thought I was like listening to like an Outkast album or something. It was so, it was so good.
Were they talking about bombs over Baghdad?
Oh, and just like, there were so many. Look, we covered. I'm not lying. We covered about 18 things in a 35-minute run. It was pretty rapid fire. You know, we were going.
Yeah.
You know, we had a banter going.
It's like your own little This Week in TV history, but
exactly.
with life.
So yeah, it was with the first radio.
1941, Jimmy Stewart joins the armed forces, becoming the first American superstar entertainment child pedophile globalist to join the war effort.
Can
you imagine today that? That's why I think Prince Harry's so badass, because he actually fought in the war.
Yeah,
he fought for gay Britain, but like he still fought for the war.
Oh no, absolutely. He was part of the.
He was in
the coalition of the willing.
He was in
right?
the suck. Yeah.
Yeah. You know. So yeah. It's he was earning his keep. You know what I mean? It's going to give him a certain status in the family. You know, and he's using that to integrate the family. You know, but
can you imagine like Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise would want to, but he would fail the physical.
Well, they wouldn't let him in because he's gay, or they relaxed that
You'd have
policy.
Mark Ruffalo would like tie himself to a tree and like protest if they made like actors, if
like
there was a draft.
Oh, and dude, a bunch of them did.
Let's see who I got
back
here.
in the 40s.
Nicolas Cage would join and die immediately.
He'd do it as a publicity stunt. I'm talking about authentically joining, saying, "Okay, we gotta throw arms
I've
down
had enough
here."
practice being a soldier.
Well, that's it. Again, the Spanish Civil War, which is a precursor to the Second World War. There were 30,000 volunteers that came to fight for the Republic, which was basically like an anarchist republic. There truly wasn't a government, and the fascists came in, supported by Hitler.
Here we go, Joe again.
Yeah,
it's important.
But my point is that was a precursor to the Second World War. And what was I saying? There were 30,000 volunteers, and there was all like artists, like Picasso and Hemingway and George Orwell went to like fight for the volunteer guard to fight against the fascists. You know, it was like artists did that back then. They actually like went into the war. That does not happen. They've got their cause, but they're not going to truly get. They're not going to get bloody. You know, and I'm sure a bunch of actors,
I don't know if fighting and violence are icky and gross.
Yeah. But in the Second World War, I think it was probably a necessity. I think it was a necessity in the Second World War because you were dealing with a force that was unparalleled and evil.
And then there's some people like Ruffalo. You know? Some people might go, but then they'd end up being like Adrian Cronauer or something like that. They'd be good morning Vietnaming
exactly.
it the whole time.
They're doing USO shows. And
you'd befriend a Middle Eastern,
but
or
actually
something like that.
Was Jimmy Stewart in the infantry?
Well, we're getting into it now. We go to 1944.
Well, I don't want to shoot the gun. No, that was
What
my bad.
triggers for the missiles? Jimmy Stewart flies his 12th combat mission.
So he was in the Air Force.
Yeah, he bombed Britain.
Yeah.
No, he bombed Berlin, I think, in defense of England.
Man. I got a friend in Chicago whose father was in did 38 bombing missions over Germany. Did 38. That's a lot. You know,
bombs over Baghdad.
You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's for real. You know, I mean, they did bombing raids of Dresden. You know, which was like people were kind of like, okay, this is like going a bit too far.
Got Cradle to the Grave on in the background. Which again, why are you not watching the video? Click over KeithPazel.com, make a pay-per-view donation. Only time I'm going to mention it.
So who is this? Who's this pairing? Asian and black.
That is DMX.
Oh yeah, DMX
and Jet Li.
Yes. Listen, Mac. What's he saying?
Saying what every 2 seconds?
Keys. What'd you this piece of junk? Just say Grandma and Grandpa have a long walk back.
Why are you spray painting the windows yellow? Because it's to stop Asian hate. Wanted to spray paint them yellow, like the Facebook squares, like the squares on Instagram.
You shut up.
Go to sleep.
You started the coronavirus.
Go to sleep. He'd blast her. He'd scare her. You know what you do with a kid like that, an evil character? Would grab her and be like, I'm going to cut me.
You pinch her a little bit. You do a pinch.
But you just grab her and you really get up in the face, you know? If you're really going to be evil, you know?
1954. RCA manufactures the first colored television, 12.5 inches, $1,000. That's a lot back then.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot today for a TV. TVs, this was like $89, the TV we're watching.
Absolutely.
Right now.
And it's great. It's a great resolution.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely.
So I always, anytime I hear about that, my dad always would say my racist grandpa he got a colored TV and he would say, I work so hard getting a colored TV and all I see are coloreds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that was like his bit.
Yeah.
That was like a bit.
Exactly. DMX was gangster, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely.
Going into the joint.
He never smiles. Oh yeah, this is like the height of when he had like his own cell. Is that fucking Chi McBride?
Is that like a...
Hey, yo, whoa. My DVD's broke.
Hey yo, my DVD's broke.
Prison ain't so bad, you know. I'm living okay.
They've clearly cordoned off part of the cafeteria.
You know, I'm the big guy from the prison. What you doing in here? DMX stands up to him, right?
At some point. I don't know if they stay in jail. This isn't Prison Break. I think they're just trying to get some info. A lot of these are just like Shakespeare plays made into...
Oh, God. He's holding court. You got to take your shoes off.
Don't waste my time. Look, I got a problem. How's Darian? It's good.
I get having stuff in jail. Where's he getting that food? That food specifically. Like, I get he's the king and he gets everything, but wouldn't he have stacks of individually wrapped, like, oatmeal cookies around him and shit? It would be all commissary food.
Yeah.
Like, where are they getting the cigars and the beads?
Cigars I could see. I guess you can get, I mean, you know they say in prison, this is another argument for why drugs should be legal. The most secured institutions in our country, you can still get drugs in prison. You know what I mean? Like, this is the reason why drugs need to be legal. When you can control almost every aspect of someone's life and they still get drugs.
Yeah. Preach on, brother. Preach on, blood.
It's because they want to get drugs, you know?
So, 1969,
okay.
Marcus Welby debuts.
That was like Robert Young, I think was the star of that. That was really square television when I was young. Even I knew it as like a 7-year-old.
My dad would always make reference to it when one of us would get sick. Oh, Marcus Welby.
Yeah, he was like the medical drama was always like That's always been like a through line of American television, you know? The
Oh, yeah.
emergency vehicle.
ER was the big one when I was a kid. It made
Yeah.
Clooney. And it survived for a long time after Clooney. But the thing that ER did, and we got Marcus Welby on right now if you're watching. If you're not, again, what are you doing?
Late 60s Hollywood.
Is that ER immediately was an ensemble. Like George Clooney got big and he had to leave the show.
Yeah.
Whereas now,
David Cassidy,
you'd get someone who's you'd like focus on, like Grey's Anatomy has Ellen Pompeo. She's the one throughout the whole show.
Yep.
And that but like ER didn't do that, so it was able to survive. Like if Meredith Grey dies, Grey's Anatomy's done.
Yeah.
But ER had John Stamos. I don't think there was one character who was like the main character.
Anthony Edwards, was definitely a known actor. Margulies was obviously in it the early years.
She stayed on a long time, right?
Yeah, I think. But for me, from when I was a kid, the medical drama was Saint Elsewhere in the 80s. But you know something?
Mr. Feeney.
I've been watching
Howard Mandel, who's one of the funniest people on earth.
Howie Mandel.
His crowd work is insane.
Oh, dude, I think I told you. I saw him the hardest, and I've seen thousands of comedians. The hardest I've ever seen an audience laugh was Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel fucking murdered the laugh fat. Murdered the laugh. Like, he literally was getting such big laughs, he couldn't like talk for like 2 or 3 minutes. There'd be like laughs upon laughs. Then it would come back up again.
Well,
then
he
it would
also
die.
couldn't talk because he had a plastic glove over his head. So
no, it wasn't that. But he was he was a star in the Denzel Washington was on it St. Elsewhere, okay? There's Denzel cred on that one. There's a lot of actors who came through, but if you watch, like I'd like to watch that now, because watching Hill Street Blues now, having watched The Wire, it's like Hill Street Blues is a little clunky. It's good. It's got its moments.
Let's get a little Welby.
Right around the corner. You need some change? I've got my own.
Also, Marcus Welby, I will say, kind of looked like he'd fucking get a finger knuckle deep in an anus or two.
Yeah. Well, this is the late 60s. Shit was loose, man. It was loose. What a time to be alive.
The tail end of those coffee machines were around when I was a kid.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I remember those.
I remember those. They were refashioned to just drop soda cans out the bottom of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those being like David
a young
Cassidy.
John Cusack right there?
No, it's David Cassidy, man. He's like 16 years old. Dude, he was a
I think
star.
I love you.
He was a fucking star. Like, girls 5 to 7 years older than me rubbed it out when thinking about David Cassidy. They rubbed it out like, oh, say you love me, David Cassidy, when I was like 7 and they were 13. David Cassidy.
David Cassidy fucks at the Swanky.
Well, he's dead.
Mid-American
He's
Hotel.
fucking dead, man. God. I guess he struggled with massive depression because he was a big child star. David Cassidy was a big child star.
Well, yeah, and then his
like
fucking
74,
goofball
75.
ginger cohort who had no reason to be successful ends up with a shitty radio show and like somehow being like up there with Stern and ratings and David Lee Roth, all these insane K-Rock people that had like success.
Yeah.
But like Adam Carolla and the redhead from fucking Partridge Family were 1 and 2 on Los Angeles radio for a while.
There was also Susan Day was actually a pretty big star in the 80s. She was the young woman in Partridge Family. She was in L.A. Law for like 7 or 8 years, which was a very successful show.
Well, David Cassidy.
So his career did not. I think it just didn't really go that direct. And he was a fucking star.
That Ginger and Adam Carolla have competition now in us.
That Ginger, absolutely, man.
We're back with the number one
Robert
podcast
Young.
in America.
Look at Robert. He's like a friendly. He was father knows best.
What if he just put it and took a big hit off that fucking oxygen tank, off that fucking nitro tank?
This is when men were still trusted. James Brolin is in this. Holy shit! I forgot about that, man. Brolin was.
Can you
in
imagine
this.
there's star-studded semen floating around in that pelvis right now?
Wow. Oh, I'm sure the rap parties. Think of how much fun the rap parties were for these shows. Like in '69, it must have just been like so much fun.
Ooh, I gotta manage that. I gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
I have the mic in a new position, but it's in the shock mount. So that's Welby.
Exactly.
We did a little Welby segment right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little Welby segment right there.
That was funny.
Man,
that was good.
What else?
Good job, man. Good job with putting these in. This has been a. We've bounced the Q thing. It was
just frightens you. It's just frightening,
it's not
isn't
frightening.
it? It's just frightening.
people have been having the pitchforks and the torches. That's been around since Frankenstein and shit. There's a reason why those stories like Frankenstein are important to actually be aware. Like what the mob mentality can sort of the group think that can go on. And like it can be the biggest lie ever. And people will just latch onto it for whatever reason, some need. I don't know what it is. But it's like that's been a through line through history, you know, and it's like it still exists, you know. So it's like it's just interesting to see it like sort of so in your face and obvious, you know. And I guess I just wonder about its power in terms of, well, if you can get
I'll
people
tell you what
storm
has
a Capitol,
power. This fucking
Jesus
chicken
Christ.
sandwich right here on this TV. This has power.
I lost my train of thought. That looked damn good.
Hungry, dude. Do you know what this confirmed?
What?
You're taking me to get food after this.
Yes. I forgot last time I was going to bring over 7-Eleven.
Oh, it's fine. I gave up on it. I gave up on it. 1973, Crocious.
Okay. I'll be curious.
We are but halfway through.
A
little show called Young and the Restless debuts.
Wow. I never really watched that.
Neither did I. It wasn't my soap. I think we've talked about it on this. I'm a Days of Our Lives guy.
Yeah.
Through and through.
I was more of a Days guy. And occasionally I watched Santa Barbara. When I worked the summer of '85, when I was 12 years old, working at a Wendy's, my very first job, I flipped burgers at Wendy's. Made $3.35 an hour. That was my minimum. My check was $168. 2 weeks of work, and I was like proud of that. Like, wow, I fucking earned $168. Like I was like, wow. I saved like $500, $600. I was like, holy shit, man, I'm good at this. I can save money. but it was. That summer we were talking about.
Also in 1973, probably. Well, no, that winter if the Oscars happened in the same month.
Santa Barbara I'd watched.
Marlon Brando protest the Oscars by having a deer in the headlights Native American. They should have just. All I'm saying. Make your political statement. Coach her through first.
Yeah, I guess isn't the rumor behind that John Wayne had to be held back from going and grabbing her, like it offended him. Wayne got really pissed off.
That's the girl from Searchers.
You know, the one whose throat I slit, you know. That's a rumor. One of his movies they made in like Utah, one of his westerns, that all these people died from cancer, and it was like near a nuclear testing area. But you know, the fact is, everyone smoked back then. Actors, you were required to be a
John
drunk.
Wayne was a giant tumor at the end of his life. That's all he was. He had like 97 pounds of impacted feces and cigarette butts in his intestines.
Roger Moore. That's Roger Moore.
Often to be most eloquent is to be silent.
You're quite right. The film we've just seen is
kind of like when you were silent when I grabbed your titties backstage.
Oh, I'm sure there was some ass grabbing going on in these parties. 73. I'd probably do it now.
Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
The Godfather.
in Sleuth.
Laurence Olivier in Sleuth.
Peter O'Toole in The Ruling Class.
Paul Winfield in
Peter O'Toole in my bedroom tonight.
Paul Winfield in Sounder. There was a black actor they put in. Oh, see, I believe it's Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
Security! Security!
This is amazing.
Oh my God, she has a tomahawk.
That was a look in the fucking early 70s, man. Brando didn't give a shit, man.
And now accepting the award, Martin Short playing a Native American woman.
Hello, my name is Sasheen Littlefeather. I'm Apache.
Fox News would eat this alive.
Native American affirmative.
John Wayne had to be held back. He was really pissed. Like a couple guys had to hold him back, and he wanted to go grab her.
In a very long speech, which I cannot share with
I mean, he's thumbing the nose of the Western, you know.
but I will be glad to share with the press afterwards.
My uncle is an alcoholic.
Regretfully, cannot accept this very generous award. And the reasons for this being are the treatment of American Indians today by the film industry. Excuse me.
You can hear the grumbling going on. There's a few applauses in there, though. You know, this is the artist who's like, it's my way of fighting back.
What a spoiled brat Marlon Brando was. Have the honor, we're giving you a hunk of metal, you ungrateful sack of shit.
Yeah, and trying to use. I mean,
we're giving you a hunk of metal that is gold plated. It's going to turn green if you hold it too long.
I wonder how long this lasted in the media. This story lasted in the media. You know what I mean?
Well, probably 2 days.
I wonder because you think about it now, would it be?
I mean, there's probably some people that remembered it forever.
Yeah, of course.
I throw trash on the ground all day now. I don't care if they
like
cry.
Jane Fonda during the same time.
I don't care if they cry.
Brando's faraway look. Oh, we gotta watch that, man. We gotta.
You want to watch that?
We gotta watch that, man. We have to see this.
If you had the Academy Awards night to do over again, would you do any of that differently?
He looks like he's about to respond in poetry.
I don't think so. No, I felt that that there was an opportunity for, since the American Indian hasn't been able to hear his voice heard or have his voice heard.
Oh my God, Z's, Jesus Christ! Is this why people liked it, Cavett? Because they would go from long pauses between words.
Oh yeah, no, he got good stars. He was a New York-based show. It was like the opposite of Carson.
What a good show we're having, by the way.
Oh man, it's absolutely. I agree.
What a good show.
It's been enjoyable. We've been on a roll. I feel like
why
we've been
isn't
tight.
the website bookmarked in your thing? You bookmark KeithPazel.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will.
No, I'm not saying you.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm telling them, Jesus Christ.
I don't know this stuff. I don't know how this technology works.
Sir, are no broadcaster. And with that, we'll be back.
It's hilarious. But Brando, just his pretense. I just want to see his ego. I want to see.
He should have at least had the courtesy to listen to her. But
John Wayne's such a savage beast. I've heard he was backstage.
He's doubling down.
I heard Jonathan Wayne was backstage being non-compliant.
Yeah.
Jonathan, what are you doing?
This is before Brando got really fat.
Why didn't you get to read your entire...
He could still fit a fucking ascot around his neck.
Yeah, what's that look?
I think that they felt that it was inappropriate.
By the way, this is the first time I've heard him not talk like Don Corleone.
Yeah.
I think they didn't want her there. They didn't want the
his kids were so fucked up. Like Brando's kids, one of them murdered someone.
Oh hell yeah!
It was Christian Brando, and then he's dead now. I mean, drug addiction, like total Hollywood fuck up family. You know, that whole.
I wrapped him in the ascot. I went on my neck right now. I can only do this. Ruins the impression. Let's see if I can do regular Brando.
All ethnic groups.
All ethnic groups.
All minorities.
All minorities. They smell like cabbage, all of them.
People just simply don't realize. They just took it for granted that that's the way people are going to be presented, and these cliches were just going to be perpetuated.
And you know why I know what I'm talking about? No, I know what I'm talking about because I look up as I talk.
Exactly. Him looking up is that to me is what makes it actually.
Because I have so many. I'm leering at my thoughts, Dick.
Well, he's got just a gigantic ego.
My thoughts are like the birds in a Hitchcock film, and I'm locating them.
Is he actually doing the audition right now for Apocalypse Now? Yeah, a snail goes across.
I actually am just... You know what's really going on in his head right now? I actually really want a cheeseburger right now.
No, he's...
Idiot black man.
I want to hear what he has to say.
The stupid Indian. And it just goes on and on and on. And people...
Well, that was one thing. The idiot black man, the stupid Indian. What are the other ones? We got lazy
Indian.
Mexicans. I mean, there were stereotypes. You're missing out on all of them. Do you only know the one?
The adults, because they're already...
Look, Brando, minorities are more than stupid. Let's encompass all of it.
I tell you what.
That's a bit. That's a joke. I didn't mean it.
Children.
I give Brando credit. He's woke for his time.
I like the...
Is he woke for his time?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I like the stubble. He definitely looks like he's got a notebook full of alternative comedy jokes inside that fucking jean jacket.
The jean jacket ascot. There were some 70s fashion choices that were just bizarre. I came of age in the late 70s when it was really bottoming out.
By the way, people, coming of age means jerking off.
No, that would have been the summer of '85.
By the way, I downloaded. What were you doing in 1987? Were you in Wisconsin still?
Yeah, absolutely.
I downloaded a Fright Night episode from 1987 on Fox 32, Green Bay TV.
I don't know if I was watching much TV back then. I don't know.
I figured that you were 17, 18.
I was 18. I graduated from high school. I was going to college.
All right. I've had enough, Crow. I think we know what he said.
Yeah.
That's the Marlon Brando segment. Look at that.
That was... thanks for indulging me. Okay, yes, let's go to more years.
All You Need Is Cash. The fucking... I guess I should just stay on.
What
if we're
year
gonna
is
start
that?
Googling
What
all
year
this.
is
This
that?
one is 1978. All You Need Is Cash debuts on NBC. I would imagine
What
this
was
is
that? Game show?
I don't know. I would imagine this is making fun of the Beatles and money.
Oh! It's the Monty Python. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, I've seen. This is funny. Yeah, the Ruddles is the name of the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember this being like a real this was like a precursor to like the like Spinal Tap, you know, where they
I don't know.
I will say this: the songs from Monty Python are really good music.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they can put it together. That's what makes it good.
We're British and funny, and we do the same aesthetic in all of our movies.
But the whole like music. I mean, any good joke band. I like a good joke band, but they got to be good musicians to truly be a good joke band. You know.
We're getting wet in a shower because basically we talked it over, Chastity and myself, and we came to the conclusion that civilization was nothing more than an effective sewage system.
I think we might have just discovered the best thing that Monty Python's ever done.
Oh, have you ever seen this? Oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. It's totally good. It's very funny. They do a good. I mean.
Time goes by, as we all know, naturally. People come and people go.
It's so good.
All right.
It's such good parody music. They make Yoko Ono a Nazi. Do you see that? Yoko Ono's a Nazi. That's pretty good.
So, what else? We got the Bird Magic title game. That happened.
You got to think Lennon laughed at that. John Lennon must have thought that was funny. Well, I think George Harrison does a little cameo in it. George Harrison does a cameo.
He knew Eric Idle.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he funded, Life of Brian. I think he literally gave $4 million to make that movie. George Harrison himself, okay, I believe in you guys. Yeah, I remember the Bird Magic. I remember watching that game. That happened. I guess that's like one of the highest rated sports games ever. It's the highest rated basketball game and one of the highest rated sports. Yeah, absolutely. I remember watching this because there's 3 channels. The Final Four that year was Arkansas, Penn, and Michigan State. Michigan State beat Penn 101-67.
Did Indiana State have any other good player?
No, not really. Not really.
Because they kind of got rolled by Michigan State.
Oh, yeah. And they were undefeated. Indiana State was undefeated. They had a couple of okay players, but Bird, the story with Bird, he went to Indiana.
He shot, that's an 18-foot jump shot. Can you imagine being that far from a basketball hoop?
Yeah. It was, but with Bird, he went to Indiana. You know the story about that.
Yeah, and then he chose to leave because Bobby Knight was a psychopath.
Well, basically, I think he was there for a couple weeks.
And he wanted to go home. I want to go home and play on dirt.
There's a little bit of that, but I think he said he saw Coach Knight walking down the quad or whatever and said hello to him, and Coach Knight didn't acknowledge him. And that really pissed him off. He thought that was actually kind of so he went to Indiana. He actually worked, I think, like mowing lawns and shit. And then he went to Indiana State. Yeah. Michigan State, on the other hand, had 3 NBA players. Jay Vincent, who was Sam Vincent's brother.
Look at that ginger fucking blonde mustache.
Greg Kelser.
That is just not the Larry Bird I remember. The pockmarked Larry Bird with a bad lower back. Larry Bird is actually, I kind of don't remember his final year, but it was well into my life. Like 92 was his final year.
Absolutely. Yeah. His last 3 years.
His back was fucked, right?
Yeah. He should have retired. He should have had a 10-year career and not a 13-year career. He was a shell of his old self at the end. Because he was a good player in the mid 80s. He was a very good.
Do you think
basketball
Bias
player.
dying made him be like, well, fuck, I got to play longer? Now?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Bias was going to be like, oh, fuck, I can retire.
The baton was being passed. They got him after winning the championship. They could have won another championship or two with Bias, and then it was going to be passed on to Bias.
He would have fucked up Jordan's whole first run.
Absolutely. His entire arc would have been affected. I truly believe that. Because Bias was that
Or the East
good.
Finals would have been so good. Bias versus Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely. It would have been a Celtic. Like, that would have been a real clash. The Pistons would have still mattered, but they were getting old. They were getting long in the tooth. It would have been the Celtics and the Bulls. Actually, it wouldn't have been the Cavaliers. There was no real East Coast. I guess the Knicks were kind of a rival for the Bulls. Would you say the Knicks were a rival? Because the Bulls were always going to win.
John Starks fucking absolutely.
Yeah, that was a close.
Especially because
rival.
when Jordan quit, Pippen was against, and like the Knicks were the hurdle.
Yeah.
After Jordan left, because when Jordan went away, everybody in the East was just like, "Fuck."
Yeah, no, finally
that
we can
I
win.
think adds to the greatness of Scottie Pippen. Is
they almost
when
went to the finals,
when
yeah.
LeBron goes down, the Lakers are shit.
Yeah.
The Cavs are shit. When Jordan retired, Pippen took the Bulls to the East Finals twice.
Oh, and then went to 7 games. They got jobbed and won. They could have won that and gone to the championship series against the Rockets. Yeah, Pippen had a great. I think he was like 24, 8, and 8 were his numbers. Like he was, and defense. I remember I went to a game that year and I was like, yeah, he's really good. Like his defense is just. I think his defense was the best thing about his game.
Yeah.
You were not getting out of a Jordan Pippen double team. That was not happening. Those guys were. The ball was gone.
Well, because also back then
you know?
you could foul people.
Yeah, it's a different game.
1980, ABC's Nightline Iran hostage crisis program renamed Nightline, which actually premieres in 1981 with Ted Koppel.
Yep, that's what made that show. Was the Iranian hostage crisis a pivotal moment in my development as a
1980? You were like a person.
Oh yeah, my again when I think of. Again, that was that whole sense in the late 70s. America was this weak nation. It totally created the need for Reagan to come in and get tough. This idea that we were being pushed around across the planet, which is hilarious if you think about that, because no one has a military.
That old librarian.
No one has a military like the United States. They didn't have a military that same size back then, and they certainly don't now. So the idea that America was being pushed around by a third world country was a real blow. After Vietnam, you had Vietnam, and then you had this. Like the country had to get strong again. Don't you understand? We're going to get tough on crime.
So they just had this because of the hostage crisis.
Yeah.
They were like, let's dedicate an hour of TV to the crisis, and we'll call it Nightline. We'll just give it a little thing.
And this became a thing.
And then it was so popular. And then when the crisis ended, they were like, well, let's keep this fucking show.
Absolutely.
And we'll let Todd tuck his way. Ted Koppel.
Yep. Absolutely.
Your mom is
Koppel's
fat
pretty good.
and
Koppel's,
gay.
I think Koppel's a decent enough TV
Young
news guy
Koppel.
back then. The Shah of Iran was beyond a bastard. He was a awful human being.
A bastard grew up near the wall, as we say in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, very much, and backed a hardcore U.S. supporter in the Middle East. Hardcore. So him falling, that was a real sort of like, oh, it's a game changer. We have a new force politically we've got to deal with where all this oil is at. So it's like we have to really, get our fingers even caught up more into it.
Look at this.
know?
This looks like the outtakes from a Christopher Guest movie.
Yeah, I remember this. This was like cutting edge kind of.
Spinal
clarity.
Tap has landed in Iran.
To protest the flight of the Shah to Egypt.
So that happened. So Nightline became a thing.
Absolutely.
We're just flying through this TV
Absolutely.
history.
Yeah, I like
Soap
it.
Opera Capital premieres. Do you remember that show?
No, not at
Let's
all.
get a quick look at Capital. 2 more, and then we're almost done.
Yep, that's cool. Koppel, I got a typewriter in front of me, just making a few notes.
It clicks with every tape.
I had a typewriter in 1987. I had a typewriter. Computers came in like in 88. That's when I first started writing papers on computers. Spell check was like this great advancement. It was like, oh my God. I still love spell
this
check.
New Year's Eve engagement party, and it's like real important I'm there. New Year's Eve? That's our biggest night. I know. That's why I don't want to ask you, but I'll work extra hard. I'll do a double shift or something, but it's real
I'll do a double shift or something.
Big shindig at home, huh? No, actually, it's...
It sounds like the dialogue is all lingo.
Yeah.
I've been toying with
Well, they're
the
trying to
idea.
ground it in a certain kind of
I think
place.
they're trying to be like, let's do like a young hip fucking soap opera.
Yeah, there's an attempt at that.
But let's do the delayed drama aspect of it.
When did this come on the air?
1982.
Yeah. God, this has a total 82 look to it. Early 80s was a weird time.
So let's do
Reagan becoming president. That was it. Just there was a real plus the economy was pretty bad during that time. A lot of that's actually when the Trumpism should have happened because a ton of factories closed down.
This is going to lead us into Generations. This is the first black soap opera.
Yep. You look at the production. By the late 80s, things started to look a little better. Early 80s, it was still pretty raw, I think.
Uh-oh, I think I've overwhelmed this. Oh, there we go.
Just doing my nails.
3 lifetimes. The Marshalls.
Aren't you the man who's not afraid to turn his dreams into reality?
We've got nothing to complain
Just trying to compete with Cosby so desperately because at this point, another world had spun off.
Yeah.
Cosby was owned television and the consciousness of every female and fucking that he ever crossed paths with.
I think NBC was worth more in the late 80s than it is now. That's how wealthy NBC was. The value of the stock of NBC was more than, I mean, it was.
The saga of generations begins.
Black making love.
In stereo. In one ear and out the other. Look at them just fucking making out, dude.
Is that Alex Trebek?
I can't. We can't do this now with your wife upstairs. My God.
Hey, come on. We're safe now. Lacey doesn't have a...
She's black.
Look at that
They don't
brooch.
hear well. So that's Generations.
Wow.
And then 1989, we're going to close it with Clint Malerchuk.
I have no idea what that is either. Maybe
Clint Malerchuk getting his throat slit on the ice. Remember I told you about it?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now, here's what this is. Okay. Do you want to see this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about this. I didn't realize that was. I thought it was a show called Clint Malerchuk. No, I didn't realize it was actually the guy who got his throat slit, which I've never seen. Never seen. This is like a. I remember this being like kind of a thing. People talk. Ooh, whoa! You saw this?
All right. You ready, Bubba?
Yeah.
By the left pad, here's Bodger sending it back in front now. Comes back to the line, kept it by Troop. Now recovered by Bowder, gets it back over the line. Here's
So
the pass.
this is the Blues or the Sabres?
It's the Blues versus the Sabres.
Oh, okay.
On into the Buffalo zone. Bahar goes to the corner of the pass. And, oh, wow!
But watch Malarchuk. That's the story right now with
Oh man!
You can see it from the non-HD.
Whoa, man! Yeah, it's happening, boy.
That guy saved his life. Who just kneeled down below him?
Yeah.
He pinched the artery. He put his finger in his neck, pinched the artery, skated him off the ice, and they packed him in ice on the way to the ambulance. Look how his hand's in his neck. He's telling him immediately that saved his fucking life.
Yeah. Wow.
The new Buick Riviera.
Wow.
Look, they're going to commercial. That like they don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's such a rough scene. They got him off the ice in a hurry, though. Good for them.
The speed that they got him off the ice.
That was like less than a minute. That was less than a minute, I'd say. Wow. That's an interesting clip.
To Malerchuk.
Wow. The 89s at one of your 9.
So yeah, and now you got to get all that blood off the ice.
You could hear the crowd. Could you hear the crowd go? Oh, like you could hear the crowd make a noise.
Got to re-Zamboni that ice.
Yeah, let's watch that. Let's watch that again. Because this is pretty good. Like, how long is he going to get out there? Okay, what time is it right now? Oh, you can hear the crowd. You hear him? Oh.
You see it spurting. Please take the camera off.
Yeah. You see what they were and then they went back.
The guy's like, I don't know how.
I know. Yeah, he went. Did you see him?
My job is to go this way. I don't know how to turn it off.
He zoomed it. Like oh man. Wow. How long did it take for him to get out there and do that? Did you see the time?
A minute, I would say.
Oh, I think it was even less than that. I think it might have been like 30 seconds.
Very good. It's very, very good on that guy. But Malerchuk, so Malerchuk comes back that season and is never the same again. He actually, here's the fucking hockey player. I think he played like 3 weeks later. Like enough for when after his neck healed, he was out there. But he was apprehensive. He never was. He played for like a few more years. Never had the same career. He's actually a big like anxiety advocate now.
Wow.
Because he's weak-willed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's the case is, you know.
Yeah, but that's That's the show, basically.
Yeah,
I mean, that was this week in TV history.
His neuroses is part of his identity. You see, he has to have that because you don't have an identity unless you keep and wear your neuroses on your sleeve. That's what makes you an individual. You see.
Yeah.
So if you have anxiety or depression, that's what I have. Oh, I've actually ADHD. Oh, really? I've got an
Look
eating
at all
disorder.
these guys kicking at Jet Li. You think you're going to stop Jet Li with kicks?
They know their audience. They know their audience. Jet Li was always the poor
dude,
man's
and UFC was just burgeoning, so you put a cage. This was like, oh my God, they're doing that like octagon shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is before Dana White was bald and owned United Fighting Conference. But that's the show. How do you feel about it?
Good show. Had fun. Had a good time. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, yeah.
Follow Crow on Twitter.
Insecure Comic. I think I had a pretty good. You like because the Joyce DeWitt came in my tweet. I was like, "Do you think Joyce DeWitt and Mr. T ever got together or hooked up?"
That was a good one.
I thought that was a good one. I love those clashing of two worlds. Very simple but good, effective. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, you can follow me. I am at Keith Pazel. I'm the only Keith Pazel on planet Earth. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week.